don't know why I'm so blurry. Feel blurry. Well, hello. I promise it's not just me today. Ian will be here, and we're trying to find Dalton. Justin will not be here today, but I just didn't want to keep you guys waiting for so long, so I figured that I'd let you know that we are not canceling the show today. It is happening. Just Ian is running late as usual, and Justin can't make it today. Which means that currently it's just me, although Ian is supposed to be here in a few minutes. In the meantime, I have a cat, if you guys would like to meet a cat. Here's a cat. Oh, hey, look, it's allegedly Ian. Well, hello there, Slacker.
Oop, hello?
Hello.
Can you hear? Am I audible?
Indeed you are.
What's your stance on making like cancer jokes?
I mean, like, do it if you want to. That said, we are live.
Oh.
Just figured I'd let you know.
Yeah, thanks.
You're welcome.
Yeah, sure. Okay. I was thinking I was gonna get like pre-cleared with you.
Sure. Yeah. Make sure to join on TikTok.
Yeah.
I haven't heard back from Dalton. Oops.
Oop. Why can I hear an echo? What did
That was
you
my
echo
fault.
just now?
It's my
Okay.
fault. Don't worry about it.
Okay. Um. Have you seen do you like Game of Thrones?
I did watch it. I liked it until the last season. Or are you talking about like House of the Dragon?
No, I was talking about like the new spin-off show is really good.
There's a new show?
Yeah, it's called Night of the Seven Kingdoms. It's on HBO. It's really,
Wait,
really good.
did they finish House of the Dragon?
I don't think so.
But they're still in the middle of House of the Dragon.
Yep.
And yet they created
Correct.
another show.
Yep. That's correct.
Despite being in the middle of House of the Dragon.
Mm-hmm. You got it.
Okay, just making sure that we're in agreement here. What's the new show called?
It's called Night of the Seven Kingdoms. It has a really good payoff. It's only like 5 episodes.
Oh, okay, it's like a short thing.
Yeah, although I think there's more seasons. My understanding is that, well, because George R.
Wait
R.
a minute.
Martin.
Oh, yeah, I found it.
Yeah, George R. R. Martin. Apparently he wrote like all the Game of Thrones books, and then he took like a detour, and he.
By the way,
made,
he
like,
hasn't
House
written
of
all
the
the Game of Thrones books.
No, I know. Sorry, he wrote all of them except the last one, famously.
Famously.
And then he took like a detour and wrote House of the Dragon, and then he wrote like the series that's currently getting adapted, and then he wrote like one more.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I should watch it.
I mean, I feel like it's like an accurate adaptation, since one book is starting in the middle of like the other books not yet being completed. So.
You would be a book reader, huh?
Not fiction. I hate fiction.
I mean, okay, fair, but still, that's like a really strong stance to take on fiction.
Art is
I hate
bad.
joy.
Art is bad. No more art.
All right. We do have a few super chats to read. Trying to accept you. And then we will see if we can bring on our first guest. From C-Bar, we have $5 with no message, just a kind donation, which is much appreciated, C-Bar.
Let's get a big W for C-Bar.
Enormous W. Like, C-Bar is a longtime supporter, I think, of all of us, really.
Mm-hmm.
I think. Maybe not.
I feel like I hate fiction. The more I reflect on it, it's kind of ironic because I love the God debate.
That's true. In fact, you read a lot of fiction.
Yeah, in that sense, yeah. In that sense, like kind of all of theology is fiction, yeah.
Hold on, I gotta move the icons around. Morton Salt Girl goes there. And then Doug gets hidden. And then the lava lamp moves up a little bit. And then the Morton Salt Girl moves down a little bit. Okay, I think they were in the clear. Right, then we have from Ereboros with the $2. Friendly reminder, penitence is stored in the balls. I didn't know this, but I believe it.
What the fuck is penitence?
It's like the trait of being repentant.
Oh, sure, okay.
And from Poopman Jones, good to see you. P1, it is good to expose weak arguments. P2, watching Christians lose debates exposes weak arguments. Conclusion, it is good to watch Christians lose debates. Yeah, fair enough.
I grant that.
Granted. All right, well, it looks like, I guess we're still letting some people filter in because we only have a few hundred people watching right now, which is a little on the
Let me
low
shoot this out
side.
to my Discord.
Oh, yeah, I should do the same thing. Actually,
Yeah.
it's already out on my Discord. Justin will not be joining us today. He is traveling, and his Wi-Fi is bad, and he didn't sleep last night because he is irresponsible.
Don't believe Dr. Blitz. Dr. Blitz gave like 30 excuses just now. If he was really gone, he would only need one. Don't believe Dr. Blitz.
Are you trying to tell me that Justin is indeed will be here?
This is just like when Dr. Blitz predicted that the Patriots would win.
It is like that. Famously, they did. But hey, at least one of us was right.
True. I'm fucking with you.
All right, we do have our first guest on TikTok. Let's bring up P. P.
Hello? Hello. Hey. What's up?
How's it going?
It's all right, bro.
I know I can't see you.
I'm foreign. I'm sorry if my English is a bit bad.
You're fine.
All right, perfect.
But I cannot see
I've
your
got
face
one
for some reason.
You
Oh,
mean the
my
icon?
camera's off. Is that all right?
Yeah,
If my
no.
camera's off?
This. Oh, never mind. We're good. Your camera can be off. I just couldn't see your little icon. You're good. It's sort of
okay.
now. Yeah, go ahead.
All right, perfect. Yeah, so my question is, do you guys know? I mean, in quotations, do you guys know that God isn't real? Is that your kind of your philosophy here?
Well, the claim that we're making is that specifically like a mind that created the universe or like a personal ultimate foundation, that like that sort of thing doesn't exist. And we can give like arguments for it, which in that sense would give us justification for that belief.
Yeah, I mean, it's I don't think anybody's claiming 100% certainty here.
Yeah.
But, insofar as like we know certain things, like, I know that the sun will rise tomorrow, and I know that, I don't know.
Correct, yeah.
Like that there will be an election. No, actually, I know that less certainly. That I know that there will be an election somewhere in the world in the next 5 years. Like, there are things that we know, even though they're not 100% certain.
Yeah, so is it then that you guys think there is a possibility that God is real
On what
at some
modal scope?
point? It's just that that you said you don't know. I mean, you're not certain that God is real, correct? So at some point you got to think, is it even possible at all in any scope for God to be real?
Yeah, I'd say like it's like epistemically possible that God is real, and all that means is that like I don't know it to be false.
Right. Okay, well, that's kind of my only, question here. I'm not personally I kind of envy people that are religious. I think that religion does bring some peace to the world. But that's kind of my only question here. I just wanted to know if you guys ever even, know or see the possibility of God being real at all.
Hmm. I don't know. I mean, I think that there's like maybe a good way of thinking about it is that there's lots of models of God, and a lot of them are obviously false. So, for example, the all-good God, the all-powerful God, the all-knowing God, like that God probably doesn't exist because of all of the
Yeah.
horrific evil in the world. But like a God that
Yeah,
creates
no, I
time,
see
that
that. I
God,
see that.
that God doesn't like a God that creates time doesn't exist because that means that he would be in a timeless state, and then that timeless state would change into a timed state, but timeless things don't change. So, it's just like a direct contradiction.
I think it's just paradoxical for us as, let's say that we live in like a universe. I mean, and our universe has certain sets of rules, but I'm not sure what's going on outside of the universe. If God were real, he'd be outside of the universe and he'd have, uh kind of his own set of rules, I'd say, or like rules that don't apply to us. So it's kind of like out of the world for us I mean, it's kind of, weird for us to say, "Oh, this can't happen because, God is outside of the universe." So we wouldn't know that is my, argument to that. Like we wouldn't know how that
Uh,
would work.
well, surely outside of the universe would still follow like laws of logic and laws of metaphysics. So if we can determine what the laws of logic are and the laws of metaphysics, then we could determine what's compatible and what's incompatible. But if what you want to say is that God's outside of those things, well, then that just means that belief in God is illogical.
I mean, more or less, it's like I'm not saying that there's like outside of the universe there's like things like what do you call it? Like circles with edges or like
Hmm.
like impossibilities. I'm just saying
Hmm.
that we don't know
Hmm.
uh for certain.
Yeah, I like edging my circles, but you know,
Only with consent.
Alright, bruh.
yeah. Surely,
Well,
yeah.
anyways, that was just my
So
question.
that's fine. P, we're gonna let you go because we do have a guest who probably does believe in God, but thank you so much for being here, P.
All right. Take care,
Take
guys.
care. All right, we do have one more super chat, and then I'll bring up Jamie. From Ereboros with the $2. Last week, UA, Unapologetic, when Justin kept saying coming. That was a thing that happened. All right, let's bring up Jamie. Now, Ian, just to warn you, I spoke with Jamie last week. Oh, yeah, I spoke with Jamie last week. You can have the honor here.
Hey, Jamie, how's it going?
Going absolutely wonderful. Wonderful.
Yeah. What religion are you?
Christian, only religion that exists.
Okay, I mean, I'm gonna move past that. What makes you think that God exists?
Yeah, I think God exists, or specifically the Christian God exists, is because without him you can't solve the problem of the one and the many.
Why not?
Why you can't?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, because you'll either fall into these three categories: monism, nominalism, or atomism. If you want me to explain them, I can. But
What that's okay, that seems like super improbable. Wait, so could you demonstrate to me that this is like a true trichotomy?
yeah, so I'll tell you. So, atomism is just a belief that all
I know what
universal
all of those
particulates.
are. You don't need to. Just like why does it collapse into all of those? Or why does it need to collapse into
Well,
one of
I
those?
didn't say it collapses to all of those. I said if you hold to a worldview, you necessarily have to hold to one of these,
I could have
indirectly or
sworn that you
directly.
did say explicit. Well, wait, that sounds like you are saying that it collapses into one of those. That it is like a true trichotomy.
I'm saying necessarily all worldviews are either going to collapse into one of those.
Why?
Why? Yeah, because in a worldview, you would agree that a worldview has beliefs, and for this belief, you would agree that it's distinct from the intellect, or unless you want to say beliefs are identical to the intellect, right? So that right there, we already have distinction, so we can already put that into one of those categories, right? Now, if you want to add more to your belief, that's where it depends. I would be a dualist.
And is that monism, nominalism, and atomism? Also, do you think that that's the problem of the one and the many?
I never
Do you
said
think like
that's the problem
dualism
with
is a
many.
solution to the problem of one and many?
No, the Christian God is the solution to the one and the many. I didn't say
But
the
you
one and the
said
many
that
is those threes. I could tell you the definition of the one and many.
I already know what the one and the many is. It's,
What is
for
the? Can you
example, it's
tell me
like
what the?
asking like, how do we have both of these dogs share one thing? They share like dogness, but how is it possible that two beings or many beings inhabit like the same one thing?
Wait, what
So
is
I'm already
dogness to
familiar with like
you?
the problem of the one and the many. Why do all of the solutions to the one and the many fail other than the Christian God?
Yeah, I'll I'll give you the quick rundown, but can you tell me what that specific dogness thing is called? Well, it's a specific word.
Like a property?
No, it's called a universal.
Oh, sure. Yeah, but
Okay.
universals are properties. I don't know if you're aware of that.
Okay, well, a universal isn't identical to properties.
I didn't say it's identical. I said it's a type of property.
Okay, yeah, but that's very vague.
Your
If
question was very vague.
okay, well, I was looking for the
You
answer
asked what is
universal. It's fine.
dogness? Well, dogness is both a universal, but it's also a property.
Well, I asked for like a well, I asked for what category it would fall in, but it's fine. It's fine.
And
Okay.
wait, is it or is it not a property?
Yeah, in a sense, it is a property,
Cool,
but it's just
thanks. Sure. So
uninformative.
it was an answer, so that was a flaw with your
It's just
question. Okay.
uninformative. Yeah, it's an answer, but it's an uninformative answer.
Sounds like a problem with the question.
Yeah, it's
But I mean,
fine.
we
We'll
can
pass
move
by that.
past like trivia hour if you'd like, and you can just give the
Yeah,
argument.
yeah. You asked me why is the Christian God the only solution to the problem one of many? It's simple, right? It's because in the Christian God we have plurality and we have unity, and to solve the problem of one of the many, you necessarily need plurality or unity, or unless you want to hold the view that everything is distinct or that universals and particulars don't actually exist. So you either have to go to those two views or you accept that there's something justifying that which is distinct and unified.
Are you saying that the Christian God has plurality and unity because of the Trinity?
Oh yeah, because that would make the God, yeah,
Why
that would
why
make him
couldn't I hold
plural
to a
and
God
unified.
who is a pentinity? Wouldn't that also solve the problem of the one and the many?
Yeah, so you wanna say I can hold to God that has that's multi-personal. Well, how many persons does it have?
5.
Okay, 5. Well, if you held to a God
Why
like
couldn't that solve the
that
problem of the one and the many?
yeah. I'll tell you, but you do realize if you were to take that worldview, then you would be an atheist.
No, I agree with that, but you're saying only the Christian God can solve this, and that's just
Yeah.
false.
Yeah, the reason
Even on your
necessarily
own view, that's false.
wait, it's not false. I'll tell you why it necessarily has to be 3,
Yeah.
right? Because in under instance of relations or anything that exists, there's always gonna be relational distinctions within that which it exists in, right? So the reason we necessarily have to have 3 is we have to have an actualizer, okay? We have to have the instantiation. Okay, and these are for particulars, by the way. This is not for the other stuff that I'll dive into later. Instantiation, right? And we have to have a form. Those things necessarily have to exist. If you could give me another one, then if you could give me 2 more, then I would agree that your God exists.
What does that have to do with the number of gods that there are?
What type
Yeah,
of
why
question
couldn't
was
all
that?
5 be the actualizer, the instantiation, and the form?
Because then if they're all identical to that thing, then they wouldn't have relational distinctions, meaning they wouldn't be 6.
Does the actualizer have a form?
No.
And what do you take a form to be?
Oh, wait. When you mean
Wait.
I'm talking about particulars right here. I'm not talking about universals or any other metaphysical stuff. I'm just talking about particulars. So
What do you
does
take
he
a
have
form
a
to
form?
be?
If he has a form, if you're asking me, does he have a form in the sense of a particular? No, he would have a form. He would have a metaphysical form, and I just
No, when
take
you
a
say like a
metaphysical.
form, what do you mean? You mean like an essence?
In essence, could be defined as a form, but I would
So
more
then the
so say
actualizer lacks an essence?
no. Okay. I already made this very clear. When I talk about form here, we're talking about
Yes,
particulars.
clear.
If you want to talk about form in a different sense other than particulars, we can. But since we wouldn't apply that same definition of form for particulars that we would to God. We can use a different definition because that's in a different topic.
Sure. So when you say form, you're using this in like an idiosyncratic way.
When I say form, I'm using it in the sense for particulars. Many people
Does
use
the
my definition. I can name you many philosophers.
Sure. Wait. So a form of a particular, but of course the form is going to be like a universal thing.
No, the form isn't when you say universal thing, what do you mean?
Yeah, just like the same universal that we were talking about earlier. You know, presumably
Is a
you think
form a
that the form
universal?
is like an essence that's
If you're
going to
asking me,
have
is the form?
like a universal, yeah.
If you're
For
asking me if
example,
the form is a
like the form
universal,
of dog, that all the dogs inhabit the form of a dog. And in that sense, like dogness is the universal there. So
no,
He got that
forms
dog
are
in him.
yeah.
no particulars are not universals. No.
I didn't claim that. Can I so
Okay,
so
there.
let's just get definitions. So when you say form in the sense of God, what do you mean by that?
When I say form in the sense of God,
Yeah.
well, yeah. So when I say form, we in the sense of God, so it would be a metaphysical topic. So I would just use like an essence, an abstract essence.
Okay, sure. So you're saying only one of the gods has a form?
Only one God has a form. Yeah, only
Yeah.
one God has a form. Yeah.
And would you agree that things without essences do not exist?
Yeah.
So the actualizer lacking a form doesn't exist?
Does the actualizer lacking a form in what sense? A
You said
particular
that the
sense?
actualizer doesn't have a form.
No, I said he does have a form in the sense of particulars. That's why I
Sure,
made
but
that
does he
very
have a
clear.
form in the sense that so you're saying one god is the actualizer, one's the instantiation, and one's the form.
No,
When
one
you
is
say
that which
what,
I say one is that which instantiates, right? And one is the actualizer.
and then what's the third one?
Oh, one is that which puts together forms.
Oh, the form put her together. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, one's the form put her together, one's the actualizer, and then one is the
Here's a better way to say it. Here's a better,
instantiator.
shorter way to say it. For the last one, you could just put that which actualizes the existence. That's a
Wait,
different
so
way
we
of
have the
saying.
actualizer, the instantiator, and then the one that actualizes existence.
Yes, how does this solve the problem of the one and the many just by saying that these things that this god exists, these gods? How does this solve the problem?
Yeah, it solves a problem, right? Because now we have something that could justify plurality and unity.
How does it
That's
justify
all it's on.
how does the existence of these gods justify that?
How does the existence of a God that's plural and unified justify universals and particulars? Yeah, it's very simple, right? Because in the Christian worldview,
It's very simple, he says, right before getting into hilariously abstract jargon. Go ahead.
yeah, I'll make this very simple. In the Christian worldview, we hold to that everything that exists necessarily because of God, right? Even logic itself exists necessarily because of God. So,
So how does this solve the
particular,
problem of the one and the many?
I'm about to tell you
Yeah,
particulars.
go ahead.
Yeah, so since particulars are unified and diverse, right? Necessarily, they come from God in the Christian worldview, right? So since we have universals and particulars are distinct, unified, due to law proportion causality, it would just be the case that God is
What?
unified and plural.
How does
Yeah,
that answer the question of how you can have
I
particulars
told you.
instantiating universals?
I told you. You wait. Oh, if you're asking me that question, you would have to have plurality and unity for a universal
Just
to instantiate
having
a
it's
particular.
not clear that the question is how can you have particulars instantiate
I don't
universals?
understand when you mean how can you have this thing.
That's the problem, right?
Okay,
Am
can you
I
expound more
incorrect
when you say on
here?
how you can have this thing?
Am I
Well,
incorrect
that's
here,
literally
Ian?
just
That
the
is the
problem of the
problem.
one and the many,
Yeah.
right? It's
No, the
it's just
problem of
asking how can this be?
I told you how it could be. You have to have plurality and unity.
You're
And then
just
Blitz
saying
said
that
no.
you're just saying the only way that it can be is if it already is. That
Oh,
doesn't answer the
bro.
question of how it can be.
Oh, the only way it could be if there's something justifying it. If there's
Okay, what's the
something that's
justification?
justifying it. God.
You can't just say a word and expect that to be a justification. You actually have to provide the justification.
Well, if you want me to prove how God is justifying universals and particulars, it's simple.
I want you to prove how
But this is an
God
internal
provides an
critique anyway, so you
explanation.
would grant
I want
that.
you to provide an explanation for how God can explain why particulars can instantiate universals.
Yeah, since in the Christian worldview, particulars and universals and particulars flow from God. So the way he could instantiate
What
particulars, okay.
what's the mechanism here?
Wait, is
What
God
when
a
you mean the
particular or is God a
mechanism?
universal?
God is neither.
Oh, what the wait?
God is
Okay,
indivisible.
Is
God is
particular and universal not an exhaustive? Is that not a dichotomy?
no. What are you talking about?
Okay. What do you take like a universal to be?
That which instantiates a particular.
And what do you take a particular to be?
That which is instantiated by universal.
Okay, sure. So you just define it circularly and say God fits into neither of them.
That's
So
not
these
that's not a
definitions are
circular
uninformative.
definition. That's
I
not
mean,
a
it definitely is. You use
No,
the
it's
you
not.
use particular in the definition of universal and vice versa.
Okay, wait. He asked me to define two separate terms. So what are
Mm-hmm.
you talking
Yeah.
about?
Yeah, it's
So I
defined.
use
So
two
one is
separate
defined in terms of
terms
the
to
other,
define
and the
them.
other is defined in terms of one. There is no semantic reduction there.
Yeah, wait. So if you were to ask me what is the definition of a particular, and I just said that which is instantiated by universal, what would that sentence mean?
Well, I would have to know what a universal is.
Yeah.
Okay, you know what a universal is. So what is a universal?
I'm trying to understand what it means according to you.
Okay, I could put it simpler. When we say
Yeah,
that, we're
please.
just referring to a being, referring to beings, okay, or a being.
Mm-hmm.
That anytime someone says that which, it's always going to be referring to a being.
Sure, that
So
part I
just-
understand. What do you mean by universal in your definition of particular?
I gave you the definition of universal.
And what was it again?
That which instantiates particulars.
So and your definition of a particular is that which is instantiated by a universal. So
No.
completing
How
the
about
story.
this? That which is instantiated. Just say that. That which is instantiated.
Oh,
So
okay.
God isn't instantiated because he's neither.
No, God isn't an instance of something. No.
Oh,
Sure.
Can something be non-instantiated and also still exist?
Yeah,
What's the argument for that?
because to be by instantiated, you mean like instantiated by universal? Just to be clear.
No, not instantiated by a universal. Otherwise, your definition becomes circular, right? It can't be that.
What do you mean my definition becomes circular?
If you say if your definition of a particular is that which is instantiated by a universal, and your definition of a universal is that which instantiates a particular, then your definition of a particular is that which is instantiated by that which instantiates a particular.
Yeah, so
which is a circular definition. It doesn't reduce. It doesn't explain anything.
Yeah, the definition isn't circular, but if you don't like my definition,
it kind of is. It's a two-step circle.
I'm happy to give you another definition for a universal or a particular.
Please.
Yeah, so what we could just say a particular is just that which is being perceived. That's what a particular is. And a universal
being perceived. Does God perceive himself?
No.
Does the Father perceive the Son? Does the Son?
No.
Yeah. Oh.
No.
And by perceive, what do you mean?
By perceive, it's just to like see it with the sense.
Okay, so you would say like if we were all blind, that there would be no particulars.
If you were blind, I'm not an anomalist, so I don't hold to that.
Well,
didn't you say you were a nominalist when we spoke earlier this week?
I never said I'm a nominalist. I would never say such bad words.
Okay, whatever you say.
Wait, so I think maybe you misunderstood the question. The question was, if we were all blind, would there be particulars?
Yeah, if every human didn't exist, there would still be particulars. Yeah.
That's not what I asked. If we were all blind, because you said specifically we see it with like the sight sense.
Well, that was an indirect answer to your question.
Sure, that's fine. That's fine. Sure. So, well, I mean, first of all, it's not, but second of all, we can move past that. So, in terms of, let's say no human existed, who would be the perceiver?
That's impossible.
You just said.
Wait, it's impossible for no humans to exist?
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah, it breaks the domain of metaphysical possibilities.
Yeah, what's the metaphysical contradiction?
Wait, hold on. No, there's just like an obvious counterfactual here. Suppose that every single human is wiped out in an asteroid impact tomorrow. Is that metaphysically impossible?
Yeah.
Okay, whatever you say, bro.
Wait, so did God ever exist alone?
To God, everything has always existed to God.
Okay, so
have you
God
always
never
existed to God?
Alone.
Yeah, because God is purely actual, so he
So
has no
you're
proportion.
eternal?
To God, yeah.
And if God believes something, is it true?
It does. If God believes something, is it true?
Is it
Yeah,
objectively true if God believes
Yeah.
something?
yeah.
So it's true independent of the mind that is perceiving it or that is holding the view?
If God believes something, is it true independent of a mind?
Yeah.
No, because God is the
Oh,
mind. So that's idiosyncratic.
there's nothing
Oxymoronic, I should say.
idiosyncratic about that.
Oxymoronic was the word I'm looking for.
It's also not
Oxymoronic. Sorry.
oxymoronic. The question was,
Yes, it
if
is.
God believes something is true, is that thing true regardless of which mind is holding that belief?
No, God's mind is truth, so you have to have a mind to have truth.
Okay, so you're telling me that it's just true, simplicator, that you are eternal.
And to God, everything true of us is not necessarily everything true of God is not going to be true of us.
Right, but the question is about God's belief that you are eternal.
Yes, to God, I have always existed. That just because that's true to
So,
God
like,
doesn't mean that's
whether or
going to be
not you've
true to
always
me.
existed is subjective?
Yeah, this
No,
guy's, we
I'm
got a
saying,
truth relativist. Shout out to book club.
Let's go.
yeah, it's simple. The cause is
God
eternal.
can
The
believe
effect,
things even if
oh
it's
my
not
gosh,
true,
I never said that.
objectively.
God only believes true things. In fact, that you can't. I shouldn't even say belief. God is truth itself. God literally is truth.
Ah.
But does God not hold belief?
When you say belief, he doesn't hold belief in the like human sense. He is truth. God doesn't operate like us.
Just that he takes like some sort of propositional mental state wherein which he affirms certain truths.
God doesn't have
Yeah.
mental states, obviously.
Not in the same way we do. God is eternal.
I didn't say in the
and
same way we
eternally
do, just that he
actual.
takes like some sort of affirmative propositional mental state to these
Yeah, to
truths.
express things to his creation, absolutely.
Sure. But would you say that there are some truths that God doesn't know?
No, that doesn't even make sense.
Sure.
Hey, Jamie, can I
then-
ask you a quick question?
Okay. Yeah, go for
A
it.
little bit unrelated. What shape is the Earth?
Well, no, we're not speaking about this today.
I just want to know what you think.
I personally, since I'm not unknown, I never seen the shape, but like I never seen the whole Earth. Like, I don't have the tools or equipment to go look, and I don't
So,
plan
like,
on
but
doing.
what shape do you think it is? Just like, your best guess.
I'm not equipped to answer that really because I'm not too sure.
Okay. I kicked him. Like, it's PhD free. Like, it's PhD free every time.
Is this like when people were saying free, I thought they meant like free the goat.
No. It's PhD free.
Mm.
He's a flat earther who has like 100 accounts. And
Sure.
he's like a gibberator. And I figure we have another guest, so let's just bring on the other guest who's actually like a good use of time. Let's bring up Spoonful of Gravel. Oh, wait, server error. Spoonful of Gravel. All right, we have a proper
Dr.
guest
Blitz,
here.
I love you so much. I love you
Well-
so much, Dr. Blitz.
Not
Okay.
more than I do.
Not
Oh,
more than my wife does.
you cannot take him from me. You will be
can.
mine,
I
Dr.
will.
Blitz.
You're too late.
Well, we do have some super chats to read. From just some guy with the $2, icon tells you everything you need to know. Fash. Does the icon indicate fash?
Nah, not that I know of. I don't know.
From Tim Bimbadil with the $5. I love when this guy calls in. He does wonders for my imposter syndrome. It's really good, though. From MJ with the $20. Thank you so much, MJ. Glad to have you here. Hey, Ian. I recently watched Andrew Wilson debate Kyla Turner on whatever podcast, and as a response to the precept argument, Kyla used Agrippa's trilemma to argue all justifications fail. Is there a solution to the trilemma?
I don't think I wouldn't run that because then you're just saying skepticism is true, that you can't know anything. I don't know. That seems like a horrific blunder. Like that seems to collapse you directly into global skepticism, which is like itself self-defeating. Like you wouldn't even know that you don't know anything, but also you don't know anything. like, I don't know. I feel like this is like a horrible response to say
I think that the
that.
correct usage of Agrippa's trilemma is if somebody tries to bring up some sort of justification, what you can or asks you for a justification and demands some kind of thing. I would bring up I would use it to mention the fact that there's kind of three arguably equally grounded ways of coming to justification. And if somebody wants to suggest that their means of coming to justification is better than one of the other two means of coming to justification, then they need to provide an argument for that.
It's also unclear to me why Kyla would be bringing that up, because she's literally a Christian. So
she's probably just more honest and probably is more what's the word? More willing to just say like, yeah, I just don't know. I just kind of believe it. I just have faith.
Well, because I mean, I don't know, man. Like, the whole precept argument makes literally no sense. Like, was Andrew Wilson just running like skepticism arguments?
Probably.
Because like whatever
skepticism arguments against
answer,
Kyla, I imagine.
yeah, at the point in time when she literally holds like the Christian worldview, it's not like you can make the argument, oh well, your worldview can't account for truth, because they hold the same worldview with that regard.
Well, no, I mean, Andrew Wilson's worldview is Christianity plus women hating. So
that's true.
Maybe the women hating is the grounds of truth.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I think that, yeah, that's not clear to me. That, I don't know. This is the problem with Andrew Wilson, is that he's like deeply philosophically confused.
Illiterate, one might say. And
Yeah.
from just some guy with the $2, a smoke sesh with Jamie and RFK Jr. That's what just happened. Yeah. We should have brought on RFK Jr. and talked to his brainworm.
Yeah.
All right.
Somehow he's somehow JFK is only the second most brain damaged Kennedy.
RFK Jr.
No,
Not
JFK.
Oh. Oh, I see what you're... I see what you did there. That's funny.
Yeah, it's stolen. I stole that joke from my girlfriend.
Okay, well, it was a good joke. Your girlfriend gets some kudos. All right, Let us bring up Stacy. Stacy. That's a new username too.
Yeah, I don't know. This guy's been throwing like curveballs.
I know.
He has
Blitz, stop running from me. I could destroy you on Flat Earth. Stop running from me.
Who are you?
You know me.
No,
it's
I don't.
Emily.
Oh, it's Emily.
No way.
Hey, Emily, how's it going?
Stop calling me that.
That's literally your name.
I told you, call me M.
Wait a minute, hold on. Just to be clear, you and I know that we had this conversation, but you use people's preferred pronouns, right?
Yeah. Emily does, yeah. Or fuck,
No.
sorry, M does, yeah. Oh.
No? You don't use people's preferred pronouns?
I call them by their normal name.
By their normal name?
This guy's like a brain bleed.
Or a
This
nickname.
guy thinks like... Do you think that's what a pronoun is?
No, pronoun is like she, her, and all that stuff. I just
So
call them by their normal name.
do you not use pronouns?
No, I do, but if it's a trans, I'll just call them normal name.
Fuck, man. If it's a trans.
Yeah.
Well, Emily
know,
it is,
Ian.
I guess.
I'm just not comfortable using a nickname, so I'm just gonna use your given name.
I told you that name oppresses. Stop. And you're
The name
laughing, but if a
oppresses?
black person told you that, though, you would be in shock.
Your name is literally Emily. It's right there on the screen.
You could change
Okay,
your name
I
to
told-
M.
I told you could call me M. If a black person said the same thing, you would be on it immediately.
No?
What?
Yes, you guys would. If a black person said,
No?
"Hey, stop calling me that. That name oppresses me," you would be
The
like,
name
"I'm
Emily?
so sorry, King." Yes.
If the name Emily oppresses you, then maybe you should change your username.
I'll change it later.
You had a
Okay.
whole week.
Bro, I'm not on TikTok worried about y'all.
Okay. Bye-bye. We do have a probably what looks like a genuine guest. Maybe. Their name is Jamie again, but they have crosses in their name now.
City boy, city boy,
Jamie, how's it
city
going?
boy. Hi. What is up?
Do you believe in a god,
Hey.
Jamie?
Yeah.
And I'm going to take a wild guess from your username. Is it the Christian one?
Yeah.
Okay. Why?
Yeah. To be honest, I don't have many reasons. I kind of just do. I kind of grew up in that type of area. So, yeah. What's your reason for not believing in God?
Seems like it doesn't make a whole lot of sense no matter which way you slice it.
Mm-hmm.
What do you mean?
There's just like a lot of weird things about the Christian God, right? Like you're telling me that there's only one God, but there's also three gods, and you're telling me that one of the three gods was like 100% a human, but also 100% a man. And you're telling me that like this God didn't exist in time, but was still able to do stuff while not in time. You're telling me that this God is supposed to be all loving, but like then like burns down 3 trillion animals in Australia. Like, I don't know. It just, a whole lot of it doesn't seem to make a lot of sense.
Yeah, that's fair enough, but nah, I was just asking you guys why you guys don't believe in God, but that's alright. Well, like everyone has their own opinions, so
Mhm.
yeah.
But that's kind of like a non-statement, right? Like we're kind of curious. Like, okay, do you think the fact that the people around you believed something is like a good reason for you to think that it's true?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, if you grew up in a place where, you know, they like ate babies for fun, would that be a good reason to think that eating babies for fun is good?
Say that again?
Let's say you grew up in a culture, like a place where they just like ate babies for fun. Would that mean
Uh-huh.
that it's like fine to eat babies for fun? Like, would you be justified in thinking that?
I mean, depends on the person, I guess. Like, if they thought that was fun, then I don't know. They could do if they want. If they think that's
No,
fun,
like
like,
if they think it's good.
if they think it's good,
Yeah.
then like, I don't know. Like, just yeah, I don't know. You'd have to get someone to, like, I don't know, change their opinion and
Okay.
why it's not good and why it's bad.
I guess I take that as like a bit of a reductio that you're not sure whether or not you'd be justified in believing that eating babies for fun is good if you grew up in a culture
I
that
don't
told
really.
you
I
that
don't
it's
think
good.
eating babies is. I don't think eating babies is fun.
Have you ever tried it?
No.
How do you know?
Because I just haven't.
You know what they say, try everything once.
Yeah. It's like Shakira said. If you want too much information, you know, the first time I ever got head, it was to that movie.
That is a little bit too much information.
Yeah. Sorry. I don't think my
It's
ADHD
fine.
pills have kicked in yet. That's my bad, gang. Anyway, caller, would you agree that slavery is like really bad, one of the worst things you could do?
Is the caller big? No. Yeah. This is fucking dead.
Hello?
It's hard to hear you. Oh, we left. Okay, well, let's bring up Jay Christos. Jay, how's it going?
How you doing?
Doing
well.
all right. Jay, do you
Good,
think that
that's
there's a
good.
God?
Happy Sunday. Jesus is king. Yeah, Jesus is king.
Okay. What was he king of?
The entire universe.
But like he never sat on a throne, right? Like on
But
Earth.
what? You want me to read the scripture where he does sit on his throne?
No, I mean like on Earth. Like he was a king of Israel.
He is the king of Israel. He's the king of the universe. He already came down and shown that.
Well, no, I mean like he was never king of Israel on Earth, right?
He was king in Israel on earth. That's why he's the Messiah.
When was he sitting on a throne while on Earth?
He was sitting on the throne while on earth it started his divinity as being king. That was the whole reason why they put him on the donkey, because he was saying that he was a king. They were
Is
trying
a
to
donkey a throne? Because in that case, I've been
they
a
were,
king.
they were trying to, yeah. But well, question: do you know anything about Semitic history and literature before we go on and I waste my time
Well,
with you?
Semitic is a linguistic category, so I assume by what you mean to say is something like Near Eastern literature, something like that, right?
No, it's called Semitic text. That's what it's called, Papa.
Semitic
It's not a
texts?
gotcha moment. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You can search it up and put it on the screen if I'm wrong. Yep,
When
yep, yep.
I Google Semitic text, the first thing that comes up is Semitic languages.
Yeah, texts come from languages. Is when you write down what you
Right,
speak.
right. But like texts are not languages, right?
So when I write English, that's not the English language, huh?
No, so a Semitic
You
language.
trying to get a gotcha? All right. Oh, let's.
No, I'm just trying to clarify here, right? Like
go on the topic.
like a Semitic language is a language that's in a particular linguistic family, right? So these would be Arabic, Amharic, Tigrinya, Aramaic, Hebrew, Maltese, modern South Arabian.
Yeah.
You know, we can keep reading these, and then some other older languages that don't currently exist. But we wouldn't say that there's like Semitic texts, unless by that you just mean texts written in one of these Semitic languages.
Well, then that's why I asked you if I was to write something in the English language, it would be English text, right?
Sure. So okay,
But
so when you say Semitic
right.
text, you just mean some text written in a Semitic language, right?
Yeah, that's what is in the region of those people in that
What
culture
people?
from, like you said, well, hold on. Like you said, the Middle Eastern Arabia area with those Semitic language originated, started and reached from down to northern Africa.
Sure.
Yeah, but what's your topic though? So we don't have to
Whether or
argue
not God
about
exists.
Yeah, maybe
semantics.
I don't know,
maybe a
you
good
brought up
way
Semitic
to
texts.
maybe a good way to give this some
No,
order and
it's
structure. What sort of evidence or argument convinces you that God exists?
what because there's no proof that he doesn't exist.
Okay, is there any proof that, for example, there isn't like a teapot floating through outer space?
Is there proof that shows that there's not a teapot floating in outer space?
Sure. So then,
So you're
under
asking
your standard,
redundant
you'd hold that there's
questions
like a
that could
teapot
equally
floating through outer
be.
space.
There hasn't been proof that there's not a teapot floating in outer
Exactly,
space.
yeah. But do you think
Exactly.
like an
So what's your
absence
point?
of proof disproving
Exactly.
something is affirmative
Look,
evidence in
I
favor
can't
of it,
hear.
which means that under your very standard, you would have to hold that there's a teapot floating through outer space right now.
I mean, well, that wouldn't be a problem because I'm not the one who denied it. But you denying a God would then apply that through the absence of said evidence that he can or cannot exist, you would still have to apply that there is a possibility that he does exist. So you
Mm.
denying that he doesn't exist because of a lack of evidence is the same evidence that I could use to prove that he exists. So what you're
I don't
saying
think I
is
did
kind of
that.
like it got yourself in your own the
Wait, did I
atheist
say that God
dilemma
doesn't
right now.
exist because of the lack of evidence? Did I say that?
It literally says God is not real on your panel
Yeah, and
tab.
does it say he's not real because of a lack of evidence?
So what evidence do, and that's why I
Oh, fuck,
asked you.
he blundered.
I just
Shit, yeah,
asked
move
you.
past quick. Hopefully nobody notices. Move on. Oh, gosh. Oh, I hope nobody realizes your incredible blunder.
I'm not moving on. I'm literally answering your question, bro. But if you want to make it, you want to try
So
to
he
make it
was
seem like
trying
I
to
am, then
strawman
we
the
can move on.
position and say that the only reason we think God doesn't exist is because there's not enough evidence that demonstrates God's existence. And then he
That's what you
realized
said.
that we never claimed that.
You came here. You said, why do I think that? You said, what's the evidence that I have
Yeah.
that God exists? I said, what is your evidence
Yes.
that he don't? That's how we got inside of this
Okay,
word
sure.
scramble,
Yeah,
bro.
and
Yeah.
we never
So,
said, oh, we never
like,
said.
be honest.
We never
Be honest,
said,
bro.
oh, well, there's no
Uh-huh.
evidence that he does exist, therefore he's not real. That's
Mhm.
no,
And I
that was
didn't
never
say that there
said.
was evidence, and I didn't say that there was evidence
Okay.
that he did. All I
Right,
just
so
answered your question with a question.
Yeah, it's fine.
right. So you
We can
didn't
just
answer
talk
the
about some
question.
It's
Christos.
called
evidence.
So Christos,
it's
are you
called
an
a
agnostic?
thought-provoking. It's called a
Are you
thought-provoking
an
question.
agnostic?
I'm non-denominational.
That doesn't answer my question. Are you an agnostic? Are you, you know, unsure about whether or not there's a God? Are you, just generally you don't hold a position on whether or not there's a God because you don't see enough evidence one way or the other?
I'm Christian, so I know that there's a God.
Okay, so then what's your reason for believing that there is a God?
Okay, boom. No, there's an honest question for once. The reason why I know
That's
that there's
literally
a
what was
God,
asked earlier, by the way.
sure, whatever you say.
Okay.
The reason why I know that there's a God is because the universe is created.
Doesn't that seem like it's begging the question there, Ian?
A little bit,
No.
but
You
maybe
wanna
we
know?
could get clear. Like, how do you know that the universe is created?
The universe is created because it has a clear beginning that scientifically, outside of a biblical or religious view, we know that has a beginning. For something to
Oh.
have a beginning, it has to have a creator by definition.
How do we know that scientifically it has a beginning?
So are you saying that the universe doesn't have a beginning? Is that what you're
I'm
claiming?
not saying that. I'm saying how do you know scientifically that the universe definitely did have a beginning?
Have you never heard of the Big Bang Theory?
Oh, I have. Is there a particular model that
do
you ascribe
agree?
to?
Do you agree that there is a beginning to the universe? Yes or no?
Is there a particular model that you ascribe to? Which one
Don't
of these
run from the
models?
question.
This is answering
Don't
your question.
don't jump out the pot. Do you
This is answering
believe
your
that the
question.
universe has a beginning? Yes or no?
I'm agnostic on the issue.
That has nothing to do with God. That's science.
You're right.
That's
You're
pure
right.
science.
I'm agnostic on the issue.
That is the literal hit. So then why are you talking? So wait. So you
I'm agnostic
don't
on the issue of
believe-
whether or not the universe had a beginning.
So you don't believe that the reality in which you are living has a
Mhm.
beginning, but yet you're trying to challenge it, which means that you are
I'm
uneducated
agnostic
in
on
what
the
you're
issue.
talking of.
Do you know what the word
Okay,
agnostic means?
Which means that you don't have an opinion. So then why are you trying to form one?
Well, look, so I don't have an opinion
Look,
on
you see,
whether or
bro,
not
you're cooking yourself, guy.
Christos,
But go on. I'm listening.
Christos, chill.
Go on.
I
I'm
don't
listening.
I don't have an opinion on whether or not the universe had a beginning because in my view the evidence or the jury is still out on whether or not we have evidence pointing one way or the other. And so I am reserving my judgment until we have better evidence for whether or not the
Is there
universe
a
has a
good
beginning
particular
or not.
model that you describe? Oh, sorry, Blitz, I fucked it
You are
up.
you're running. Do the universe?
Yeah. So Christos, what is your
Wait, hold on.
affirmative proof that the universe has a beginning?
Scientifically, does the universe have a beginning?
There is not sufficient evidence to answer that question.
So the Big Bang did not happen, is what you're
No,
saying?
the Big Bang just may have not been the beginning.
Okay, so then there's a beginning before that beginning, right?
Not
Is what you're
necessarily.
saying.
There may not have been a beginning.
Wait, hold on. Not necessarily, kinda, in between.
Yes, I'm agnostic about it.
You haven't given a straight answer.
The evidence
from the beginning.
is
You've been running.
not determined. It's not determinative yet.
So then what you're saying is that it's not determined that the universe was created, right?
Yeah, but you're making the affirmative claim, so what's the evidence?
Oh my God.
What's the argument?
Jesus. Wait, hold on. So just so everybody watching the live could see, he just said that it is not determined that the universe has been created, even though we're living in the reality of said universe.
Yep.
I like that. Okay, go on.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so for example,
it's not been determined, and it's so funny because in this guy's worldview, it's not determined that God has a beginning, even though in this guy's worldview, God exists.
I'm not the one who's saying what I'm saying. I'm just repeating exactly what he told me. So you can't try to do that, bro. He said that. I didn't make him say that.
I don't think Blitz holds the view that there's ever like a point where the universe doesn't exist, is my understanding.
Yeah.
That it may have a beginning, but there's always a universe.
So wait, if the universe has a beginning, then it cannot always be. There had to be a point when it wasn't been. Do you hear yourself right now, bro?
No. There could have just been a timeless. There could have just been a timeless state of affairs that was ontologically prior to the first moment of time.
Anything that is beyond time has to be omnipotent, my friend, which makes them a god.
That doesn't follow at all.
Anything beyond time? Do you know what it means to?
I actually don't think that you do. Do you think that the number 7 is beyond time?
Bro, that's not the topic. We're talking about God.
Oh,
Answer the
fuck.
question, scumbag.
Bro,
Don't
the
try and
all-powerful
run.
number 7.
Answer the question,
You're not
scumbag.
trying to run.
Is the number 7
You're
beyond
not
time?
trying to run. You see? Oh,
Is the
you
number
guys start
7 beyond
insulting me
time?
because you're cooking yourself.
Aw.
No, I'm
How
insulting
childish
you.
of
I'm
you.
insulting you because you're being a
How
scumbag for
childish
not
of
answering a
you.
Bro,
question.
he screams
How
into his
childish
Mr.
of you. Look
Microphone.
at that. Look at that. And yet you were just talking about slavery and all that other stuff. But look how you're as evil as everybody else. Insulting somebody who never insults you. That's
Yeah,
crazy,
I
bro.
think Dr.
ins-
Blitz
So-
calling you a scumbag is just as bad as slavery.
That's insulting somebody. That's disrespect. Disrespect is disrespect.
Yeah,
To
it's
be
as
fair,
bad
you're
as-
But moving
disrespecting
on,
the
though.
entire scientific
Moving on,
community by
moving on.
saying the things that you're saying.
We're talking about God. Let's just get back
Indeed,
to God,
we are.
please. I don't want to wander.
I
Next,
know you
come
don't.
on,
I
man.
know you don't. So is the number 7? Is the number 7 outside of time?
That has nothing to do with the topic. in
I
which we was
promise
talking
you
about.
it does. I promise you it does. Please answer the question.
Okay, when you mean the number 7, do you mean as in the concept of what multiple 7 individuals are, or the number within a concept as itself? The figure
It's the
7
number.
or the concept of 7?
The
dumb
abstract
it down.
thing. You could say the concept.
Okay, the concept of 7 has always been a thing because of God.
Is it outside of time?
So is God outside of? We're applying
No.
it to
Is the
God
number
who
7
made
outside of
the
time?
concept of addition. Are you applying it to God, or are you just
No, I'm
applying
just
it to
asking,
time
is the
and
number
existence?
7 outside of time?
In what sense? What are you trying to say?
Does it exist
Explain
within
yourself.
time, or does it exist without time?
Does it exist within time or without time?
Yeah.
The concept of
Mhm.
7 would exist within time, because somebody has to create it, which means that God created it. It has to have a creator.
Okay, so there's just no
What-
numbers. If
what?
the universe, if time
You
didn't
thought it was
exist, there'd be no.
What?
If time
You thought it was a
didn't
gotcha
exist,
moment?
if time didn't exist, there would be no numbers.
If time didn't exist, it wouldn't be a concept of anything. But time is the concept
So
of
wait.
reality.
Sorry, just to be clear, before God created the universe, did God know what 2 plus 2 was?
God created the concept of addition, so of course he did.
Right. So before God created the universe,
What
there
you're
were numbers. I'm glad we agree.
Okay, bro.
Whoa, calm
bro,
down.
Bro,
Well, let's just dial it down, dipshit.
What you're trying to do doesn't
Just
make
calm
sense
down.
because God is all knowing, and because God is all knowing,
Yeah,
Just calm
he
down
had
there,
to know
Creighton.
about math and science.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
because he knew about math and science, the concept of math and science came from somebody who knew all. So the concept
Right,
within
so
itself has always existed, but it can only
Ah.
always exist if it has a creator, bro.
Sure.
That's what you're
That's fine.
missing.
That's fine. I'm just
Which
checking on
means
your
that
worldview.
you're cooking
Christos.
yourself because you
Christos.
don't believe in a creator.
Oh, he doesn't know.
Wait, he just
doesn't know.
conceded, by the way. Wait. This is like an easy concession, right? So seven
Jesus
has always
Christ.
existed. 7 exists in time. Therefore, time has always existed.
No, that's not how that works, bro. You literally
Which
makes no
of those
sense.
would you reject? Would you reject that
And I'll-
7 exists
I
in
will
time,
break
or would
it-
you
I
reject
will
that
break
time
it
has always
down-
existed?
I will break it down
sorry, would
for
you
you,
reject that
right?
7 always existed?
I will break it down for you. 7
Please.
We're not
is
going to
a
get an answer to that
concept.
question, by the way.
No, of course not.
I'm literally answering you.
What
7
do you
is
think
a
the question
concept.
is?
7 is a concept,
Okay, yeah.
right? That concept exists within time. But in order for something to be a concept, it would have to be constructed, which means that you are admitting that time was constructed. Then 7 was constructed within time. But we need to ask ourselves something. Anything that can construct time has to be beyond time. We know that time gives space and distance. Space and distance is reality along with time, which means that there had to be a creator of said concept, which is time and space, bro. Which means that you are still applying that there is a creator who created that time to apply the concept of 7 to it. Unless 7 exists outside of time. But wait, that's still a concept. So that creator will still have to make such concept outside of time, which means that it will still have to come from a beginning, a point. That's why
Did 7
atheism
always
makes no
exist?
sense.
Did 7 always exist?
Is 7 a concept?
Yeah, did 7 always exist?
Okay, if we're applying that concept that needed to be
Blitz, you're muted.
constructed to a constructive being,
Oh
then yes.
no! Wait, actually, I have a better question.
Jesus
you believe in
Christ.
you believe in the Trinity, right?
Oh yes, please. I love this conversation. Come
Okay, yeah,
on,
you
let's
believe in
go,
the Trinity.
because-
So,
wait,
so
hold on.
right. Has
Just
the
to let you
Trinity
guys
always
know, I
existed?
cooked them on the other
Yeah,
two.
sure.
What?
The Trinity is
Yeah,
totally
yeah,
true. Has
everyone
the
saw
Trinity
it,
always
yeah.
existed?
Of course, Papa. Come on. you
Ah,
know
okay.
that.
So, and how many beings are in the Trinity?
One.
How many persons?
Blunder?
Oh, you don't know about
I'm sorry.
Christianity.
I'm sorry.
How many persons do you think there is?
You never read
How-
a Bible.
how many-
This
how
is
many
gonna
people
be
are-
fun?
How many
How many
people are in the
people?
Trinity? Sorry, one more time.
How many? Oh, wait. Hold on. Why did you correct yourself? Why are you saying people instead of beings now?
Well, okay,
Beings
so
are-
maybe I was
or
being imprecise.
People are beings. I don't know if you're aware of that.
Exactly. So
Okay,
here
so
you
how
are
many
talking
people are-
about
fuck, you
somebody.
contradicted yourself.
Look, like here you are talking about
Oh
something
yeah,
that you don't
agree
know.
that beings are people, but you
There
said there's
you
only
go.
one
Wait, hold
being,
on,
which
hold
means
on,
there's only
hold
one
on.
person.
I'm gonna let you
So
speak.
how many
Say that again?
how many
hold
people
on.
are in the Trinity?
Anyway, this guy just fucking
didn't hear him.
rejected the Trinity. You
I
agree
didn't hear
that
you. Say that again?
all people are beings, but you said that the Trinity is only one being, which means it's only one person.
You
cooked
believe that
yourself.
all people. What? Wait. Ugh,
Are all
boss, I'm
people
gonna allow you to
beings?
save yourself. I'm gonna allow you to save
Yeah.
yourself.
Allow me to
So
line
funny.
you
Say
up
that
against
again.
the curb before stomping on your head. Are all people beings?
Yeah, sure.
Sure. And how many
No,
beings are there in
no.
God? No.
There are one being in God.
Then there would be one person.
That's not how that works, love.
All
He's
people are
contradicting
beings.
himself.
There's only one being. Therefore, there's only one person.
Uh-huh. Okay, so a being, right, is something that
In fact, there could be
that
zero
has-
people.
This dude
That
got
has
fucking
a
spawn
name.
killed on the Trinity. Holy shit.
And he didn't even get wrecked
No.
on the logic of the Trinity. It was
Bro,
look,
bro,
you
that
you
is-
made such a blunder, Christos, that I didn't even get to roast you on the fact that you think the number 3
Bro.
has existed for eternity.
Bro, you can't roast me because you just proved that you don't understand the Christology of
How many
Christianity.
people? Look. Just be honest, Christos. How many people are in the Trinity?
Wait, hold on. Can
Just
you
be
explain
honest.
the Trinity to me first?
Just no,
you
because
know
it's
how the
complete and utter
Trinity
nonsense.
works?
But
No.
because it's complete and utter nonsense. How many?
So
Christos.
for the 700 people here, he's
Christos,
scared
Christos,
to
Christos.
show his knowledge.
This is a
on
very simple
something.
question. I'm just granting that the Trinity is real. Christos, how many people are in the
Can
Trinity?
you wait? Do you know what the Trinity is first?
Christos, how many people are in the Trinity? Please answer the question.
Why are you
it's very
running?
straightforward. Why can't you answer and defend your God? How many people are in the Trinity?
First of all, I just answered 2 questions.
How many people
so
are
can
in
you
the
answer
Trinity?
one?
I
already
did.
That.
I already did. I said I
you
don't
didn't.
understand it at all.
It's no problem. The Trinity is
Oh,
the
wait,
notion
wait.
that there's one God with 3 persons.
Okay, now you can
Okay,
answer my
no,
question.
Moving on. All right.
How many people
What's
are
your
in the
question,
Trinity?
please?
How many people are in the Trinity?
3.
And
Three
like you said, right, great. And like you said
3
earlier,
persons, yes.
great. Like you said earlier, the Trinity has always existed. Correct?
Yes, the Trinity has always existed. Yes.
So the number 3 has always existed. Correct?
What are you trying to like?
Just answer the question.
And once again, the concept 3 or the figure 3?
The concept 3.
The concept 3 has always existed.
Yeah.
Yes, it has.
Okay. So now you have something that is beyond time, but is not omniscient. Is the number 3 omniscient?
Okay, this guy is really. Oh God. The number
You just
3.
don't like that I have a good memory, do you?
No, bro. I love it. I love it. You guys are smart, right?
Yeah, okay. So why did you say that if
Right.
something is if something is eternal, if it is beyond time, then it's omniscient? But clearly the number 3 is it is outside of time, but it's not omniscient.
I want to answer
go
you,
ahead.
right? So you're applying this 3 to the Trinity, correct?
Yes, because by definition the Trinity requires the number 3.
Okay, so this 3 that you're speaking of is this 3, right? That was there beyond time and space, correct?
Yep. But that is
So
the
then
is the
that-
concept
wait,
3.
hold on. Hold
We're
on.
talking about the concept
So-
for 3.
Wait, yes. I'm about to answer you.
Please.
I just want to show you something, bro. What you're asking is kind of the answer to your own question. The three which we're talking about is beyond time and space.
Yep.
So that three have to be an eternal three. So, but
Yep.
right,
Yep.
which then shows that the concept of numbers has to be applied from something. It is something that is applying that, which is a creator.
Did you or
So
did you
you
not
still
say that
lose,
things that are
guy.
beyond time are omnipotent?
I just, yo,
Did you say
guys,
that?
oh my god.
Did you not say that? Did somebody hit
Did
like
I-
the?
did
Did
I
somebody
not-
reset you to factory
did I
settings? Do you
not
not
just-
remember?
Did I not just say that
I asked you a
three
yes
is
or
the
no
three
question.
that is that is beyond time and space? We're talking about God, right?
Oh, I'm talking about.
We're talking about the number 3.
Is the number 3 omnipotent?
We're talking. Is the number 3 omnipotent? No.
Oh, well, then we have a contradiction because you said
right.
that everything that's beyond time is omnipotent. 3 is beyond time, therefore 3 would be omnipotent. but
No,
also
you're
3 is
being
not
dishonest.
omnipotent.
I said applying that 3 to the Trinity and God. Stop lying, bro.
Oh, hold on.
Stop
so
it.
I'm
That's
You
not even
so
a complete
Christos,
You are an
sentence.
grown adult.
Christos,
Stop
can you
lying.
give me just a sec and just chill for a
Yeah.
minute? I'm gonna go skim through
I'm chilling,
the
bro. Go
playback.
ahead.
No, I know it might take a minute. I'm gonna go skim through the playback and we'll just see what you said, okay?
All right, bro. Go ahead. Have fun. See what he told me. So you can't try to do that, bro. He
Yeah, we
said
think
that. You guys
Answer
got
the
any
question,
super
scumbag.
scumbag.
Is the number 7 beyond?
Of said universe.
Yep.
I like that. Okay, go on.
Yeah.
So
for
it's
example-
not been determined, and it's so funny because in this guy's worldview, you know, it's not
different
determined
translations
that,
of the
that
Bible?
God has a beginning, even though in this guy,
I'm
the
just
Big
repeating
Bang
exactly.
theory was theory of the Bang.
So it had to be a movie.
No,
What?
there
Why
could
did
have
I
just been a
follow?
timeless.
Happened
There could,
before.
here we go. Here's
Okay.
the state of affairs that was
Okay.
ontologically prior to the.
Go ahead, run that back for me, please. Anything that is beyond time has to be omnipotent, my friend, which makes them a
doesn't follow.
god.
That doesn't. Did you hear that? Oh, TikTok
No,
didn't hear
no.
that. TikTok, in
No,
case you didn't hear that, he said anything that is beyond time has to be omnipotent. Do we agree that that's what he?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. Now the number
Yeah,
3 is
yes.
beyond time.
No, the number three. Once again, you're trying to do a gotcha moment, and it will never work, bro. Because
It's not a gotcha moment. You said it.
I already asked you, friend. Are we applying that 3 to Trinity, to the Trinity and God? You said yes. So therefore, if we're applying it to God, it has to be omnipotent.
We're
and
just talking
beyond
about the number
time.
itself.
Oh, all right. Then that's a totally different conversation.
That's literally
right?
what we've been
But-
talking about.
But I asked you from the beginning, are we applying it to God? You said yes.
I said no. I 100% did not say yes.
I asked you was applying it to the Trinity. You said yes.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
I've been talking about the concept this entire time.
You know what? I know you're not gonna tell the truth. Okay, bro. Fine.
Yes, I'm the dishonest one.
We're
All
so
right, bro,
dishonest that it's
whatever.
all live streamed to YouTube.
We definitely wouldn't
Bro,
want to
that-
live stream our dishonesty. Then people could catch us in our dishonesty. Hey, if you're watching this back later,
Bro,
or
what
if you're
you
watching
mean?
on
Yes,
YouTube
they
now
do.
and you're a little bit delayed, go back and check.
Send me a
Have we
link.
been dishonest?
What's your channel?
It's
Unapologetic Live.
Okay, I'll go back and watch it. Are you gonna be posting this later?
Yeah,
It's
all live
already
streamed, yeah.
it's already being live streamed, so you can watch it now if you wanted to.
Okay, sounds good. But yeah, I did ask you just in case, and when I go back and hopefully you don't edit the clip out, but when I go back and
It's
I
a
run it
live
back
stream.
and
You
I-
can't edit a live stream.
Well, when it's done, you can post it, right?
It's
On
we
your page?
we
No?
have we're not doing that. You can just go
Bro,
watch
there's
the full
gonna
live
be like a
stream.
horrible like dubbed lip syncing.
Okay.
I'll like download it and then I'll re live stream it and change the title so that it matches this one, and then it's like,
Yeah.
Okay.
you got
It's
me.
a horrible dub. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
okay. So now that we agree that things beyond time don't have to be omnipotent.
No, we didn't agree on that because that would
So
literally
is
wouldn't make any sense.
but the number 3 is beyond time and it's not
The
omnipotent.
number 3 is not beyond time because the number 3 was created, bro.
I'm sorry, who created it?
God.
And how many
And he gave it
how many
to
how many
humans.
how many god peoples are there?
God peoples?
Yeah,
How many
yeah, because there's
persons?
like the Father God person, there's the Son God person, there's the Holy Spirit God person, right?
I'll just correct you. There's the Son, there's the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit. Those are three persons.
Yeah. But they're all gods. That's why I called them God persons.
Okay.
Yeah, so there's three of them. So how could there be three of them
Uh-huh.
before the number 3 was created?
Wow, this is okay. You know what? I'm just
Yeah.
answer you, bro. Like I said before, right? The number 3 itself is the sum of 3 individuals coming together. Sum meaning addition of, right? So, right? That means that concept of addition had to be created. God being all knowing and the creator of everything. Like let's just take a time out of our day to just breathe and remember that we're talking about God. He is the creator of everything. So it came
Except
from
the number
him.
3, apparently.
How? When he's
Wait.
3. So
Well,
that
here's
would
a
even
question.
hold in what you're saying. You're
Here's a
contradicting
question.
yourself, brother.
Prior to God creating the number 3, how many persons were in the Trinity?
Prior to God, you said prior to God creating the number 3, how many persons was in the Trinity? If there's
Yeah.
3 persons, wouldn't that means that he had to create it? How is there a priorness before the very beginning? You see
If
how
there's
dumb
no
atheists
priorness,
sound?
then 3 always existed.
No, because he always existed. He is where the concept of 3 come from. Just
Was he
how
always 3?
take it wait. Take a breather. Take a breather, right? Just how
Because we're the ones that
right?
need a breather.
your
Oh my god,
your
the comments are so
grandparents
funny.
your grandparents always wanted you, right? But who your mother or your father married are 2 different paths, right? So they got you, which was the concept of a grandchild or putting or making their legacy live on, right? But it had to be conceived from somewhere, right? So you as a person was a concept before you was conceived. This is why atheism, like, you guys kind of got to read a book on like science and like life and history
ChatGPT,
and spirituality.
ChatGPT, please present a confident but incoherent argument for God.
Wait, so
Jesus
I have a
Christ.
question. I have a question. Was God always 3?
God has always been three persons.
Then 3 always existed.
Bro, oh Lord. But 3 would have to come from him. So prior from him existing, which that would never be a time, 3 had to be created from him.
Sure.
had
So
to come
prior to
from
him
him.
creating 3, how many gods were there? Or I'm sorry. How many
There was
persons
3.
were there?
There was
3
3
gods?
persons.
We got him.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
No, I'm sorry.
Unfortunately,
That's totally fine. That's not big. You probably just misspoke there. 3 persons. So there would be 3 persons
no, it's
prior
okay.
to
I got
God creating the
my
number 3.
own recording going on, so there's no
I'm sure you do.
in it. What you saying?
But so prior to God creating 3, how many persons?
There've always been 3 persons, but the concept of 3 had to come from a creator, and that's a fact. This is a low tier argument. I thought you guys were
Wait,
smart.
so there were always 3 persons, but there was not always 3.
Are we arguing about the
Is that
concept of 3
correct?
and not God? What does that have to do with God?
It's what it has to do with God is because you're claiming that God created the number
stuttering.
3. And that's incoherent for the reasons that we're demonstrating. So I just want to make sure, are you saying that
Okay,
there's
so
never a
you're
state of
trying to
affairs
say
where there are not 3 gods, but there is a state of affairs where there's not 3? Is that correct?
are you saying of the concept of 3 or the 3 beings?
The concept of 3.
Because a concept is a thought pattern through a structure of systems or something of which you are
Sure.
observing.
Mhm.
So
Sure, that's fine.
therefore, right? God has always existed, and he made
All
the
3 of them,
concept
right?
of 3.
All 3 of them made the
Yes.
concept of 3. Yeah, got it. Always.
All 3 of them made the concept of 3, which means that 3 did not always exist before them.
Ah, okay.
So there you go.
before
Woo!
before
All right,
the
next question. Come on.
yeah,
I'm
yeah, right,
tired
right,
of
right.
playing this
So
game with you.
before the concept of 3 existed, how many eventually invented the concept of 3? How many people?
Yeah, how many persons?
3 persons, 1 God made
Yeah,
the
Three
concept of
persons
3.
before the number 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, but 3 is our finite way of describing who and what he is, because he's beyond our
Did God know
understanding.
that he was 3 before creating the number 3?
Excuse me?
Did God know that he was 3 persons before creating the number 3?
I'm not God. I'm not in his head. I can't answer that.
Well, either
That's a
he did
stupid
or he
question.
didn't, right? If he didn't, then he's
I'm
not
not
all-knowing.
God.
And if he did, then
not
3 would
God.
have always existed. Unfortunately, I'm not God
I'm
doesn't
not.
help you here. It's a true dichotomy.
I am not all knowing.
You know, this last-ditch effort isn't going to help you because you don't need to be all-knowing. All you need to know
You're
is 3
trying. You're
facts. You
trying
either
your
need to know that he
hardest
always
because you've
knew
been
it or
getting
that he didn't
boiled this
always
whole
know it.
time,
If he
bro.
didn't always
It's
know it, then he's
okay.
not all-knowing. If he did always know it, then it always existed. Which one?
How would I know what is in the brain of an all-knowing being?
Use
so
your
what you're
brain.
saying is
It's
stupid.
one or the other. Analyze either case.
What you're saying,
Yeah.
what you're saying
There are 2
is literally
possibilities.
stupid.
There's 2 possibilities. Either he did or he didn't.
It is impossible for me to know what is in God's head before the universe
Do you
was
agree that
created.
there are 2 possibilities? Either he did or he didn't?
So you're being dishonest right now. And that's why you don't want
Okay.
to talk about what the Trinity is and whether or
Okay.
not it makes sense or whether or not God is
Okay.
real. So let's talk
Okay.
about whether or not God is real.
Yeah,
So
I'd
I'm gonna
run the
ask you
fuck away
something.
from that
I wanna
question
ask you
too.
something.
Bro's
I'd
running
sprint
away from
top
it. And
speed.
by the way,
I'd fucking book it away too. Can't blame you.
This was like obviously just
Nobody's
an enormous
running.
blunder. You could have just said, "Yeah,
cooked
you're right.
you.
You can have
cooked you.
things that are beyond time that are not omnipotent. Like God's ideas are not omnipotent, but they are beyond time." You could have just said that, and then we've been like, "Okay, this is fine."
God ideas have to be
You-
omnipotent because he
What?
is omnipotent.
God's ideas are omnipotent? Do ideas have causal power?
God's if you're the creator, yo, what? Yo, you guys are literally stupid. Okay. Ask that question again.
Do
Ask that
ideas
question
have
again.
causal power?
Okay. Causal power. What do you mean by causal power? I
The
wanna
ability
hear
to
you
cause
hear
things.
yourself. Okay, so, oh my Lord, God, you are so good. Can I just read y'all something, please, if you don't mind, so that you don't feel like I'm pulling this out
Go
of
ahead. Go ahead. If you can,
Please,
go ahead and read us
please.
something.
the wazoo. Let me just bring something for you, because atheists are like the least smartest people on this planet, bro.
Least smartest people.
All right.
The jokes write themselves.
Yeah, they do, and we're looking at it. We got 2 jokes on the live right now. All right.
It's
So,
hard for this guy to count, right?
you
Because 3
said-
is 1.
You said,
Go ahead.
do somebody ideas, right, have causal power?
No, do ideas
right?
themselves have causal power?
We're talking about God, right?
Yeah, we're talking about ideas.
Okay, thank you.
The ideas of God,
No,
but
we're talking
yeah, the
about
ideas.
God's ideas. Thank you.
Yeah.
So, do the ideas, and hear this for the 700 people, do
Mhm.
the ideas of a omnipotent, all-knowing creator of the universe and the existence have cause? Now, let me show you something. Let me show you
That's
why
not what I
atheism
said.
is-
I said
me
causal
show
power,
you-
not cause.
Okay, causal power, same thing, you dishonest
No, very different
person.
thing. Very different thing.
Okay, sure,
You dishonest
whatever.
person.
Sure, whatever. Here we go, right? So, God had an idea that in the beginning, he would create the heavens and the earth. That was an
Mhm.
idea. It
Yep.
made a cause.
Wait, hold
Right?
on. So was it the idea that made that made the heavens and the earth, or was
Yes.
it him creating it that made the heavens and the earth?
It was, do you create things from having ideas?
Oh well, that's a
Go ahead
that's a
and say
really deep
something
question.
dumb.
That's a really deep question.
ahead
Like
and say
the
something dumb.
question is what's the relationship between ideas and your actions?
Don't run.
Mhm.
Answer the
Like
question.
whether or
If
not
you
there's
have-
actually like a causal relationship there, or if it's just like
Look
a
at him running.
I'm actually giving you like a deep answer here.
No,
No,
I want
this
the
is a
simple
mistake.
answer. Do you
No.
do you create things from your ideas? Does it take your ideas in
Oh,
order
well,
to create?
Look, so
And to cause.
your
Oh
actions
wait,
maybe
yeah, he's cooking
yeah.
himself. From the ideas is not the same thing as the ideas themselves causing things.
Right.
Oh, really? Wait. Hold on.
Yeah.
So wait. So somebody's mental state wouldn't be the cause on whether or not they would be
Oh,
a
well,
psychopath.
No,
it's not
that's
clear that
different.
yeah, it's not
No,
clear that
Wait,
mental states and
no.
ideas are the same
What's
thing.
the idea
Oh,
there?
okay. Here we go.
Which
700 people
idea?
just heard you say that somebody mental state, right, wouldn't influence their actions of cause.
No, you have a brain bleed. No, I didn't say that. I said
You
that
just-
that's a
okay,
different
all right.
claim than your initial claim. The initial claim is that
Okay,
there's like
let
an
me-
idea that causes things on its own. That's the thing that we're contesting.
Yes.
That there's like
There's
ideas that
somebody
cause things on their
ideas-
own.
Does somebody ideas make causes?
Not the ideas themselves, no.
Oh, okay, all right. And my response was that to that was, does somebody mental state affect their ideas?
Probably.
Oh, I suppose it can, yeah.
Probably. Do you guys
Yeah.
see the dishonesty and the cowardly? He said probably. He said probably.
Yeah. Seems
How?
reasonable.
Yep, he said probably.
Yeah.
How?
You know, if there's a 100% likelihood of something, it's probably true.
Okay, so we know that somebody with schizophrenia, right, or maybe dementia, their ideas would be different from somebody who has a healthy brain, correct?
That's probably true, yeah.
Probably.
Yeah, in general.
No. Oh. Thank you. The first time being honest. So therefore, their ideas will make certain causes because of their
No,
brain.
it's the reverse way around. The mental state
function.
causes the idea. No, you blundered again.
The mental state
in your
doesn't cause
in your own
somebody's
example, it's not
idea.
the idea causing anything, it's the idea
Wow,
getting
this is-
caused. Oh
Wow.
no.
He really think he said something
Oh god,
smart.
this guy's a brain bleed. Holy shit.
Wait, did you just
Sure.
say he
Wait,
is a brain bleed?
He has a
Wait,
brain
hold on.
bleed.
But
But if he were divinely simple, he would be a brain bleed.
Wait,
Fun
hold on.
fact.
True.
Hold on. So what you're saying is that somebody's ideas is a separate thing from them, from the others.
Bro, I actually want to hear this guy explain the
He
Trinity.
cut
So
out.
somebody ideas doesn't make cause. I'm still here. I'm right
Okay,
here.
you're good. You're good.
You
You're
got
good.
Not the ideas themselves. Takes more than that.
Okay, boss. Oh my. You know what? I gotta forgive you.
I'm not gonna lie. There's
Okay.
nothing that you can do to
Listen,
endear a
bro.
man's heart more than calling him boss. So I appreciate you.
Yeah.
Well, okay,
No
you could
problem,
call me
bro.
boss
No
man.
problem.
That's like even better.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, right.
So
But
do you think
listen.
Jesus is identical to God?
No, wait, hold on. Don't run from this. Hold on. Stop.
Okay.
So,
I mean, we can
if
stay
you-
in your own
so-
confusion
wait,
if
wait.
you'd like.
No,
You know,
no.
The
wait,
claim is just
so-
that ideas
wait, hold on.
themselves
I
don't
just got
cause
one more
anything. It
question.
takes more than just ideas to
Wait,
cause a
no,
thing.
no. Hold on. So the person who had an idea to invent the wheel, right? Did that make a cause through that idea?
Not the idea alone. The idea is a part of the cause, but it takes more than just the idea. That's our position.
Do you believe that throughout any actions, right? Let's say he envisioned a cube or a triangle or a rectangle. Would that change how the wheel would have turned out?
Yeah.
So then that means that the idea is the foundation and the direct cause to that cause, right?
No, it takes a
No.
couple of things. It takes the idea, the desire to bring that
Jesus
idea about,
Christ.
the circumstances to act on that desire. It takes a lot of
The
things.
desire is a mindset. That's an idea, no?
No. I don't
A
think
desire
the
is not an
desire is an
idea.
idea.
A mindset is not
Not
an
an
idea.
idea. No.
No.
So if you say,
Not
yo, I'm
necessarily,
feeling
no.
down today, but I'm gonna
That's not an
stay
idea, no.
positive. Wow, you guys are something else. Do you know what an idea is?
We're like
Do you think,
competent English speakers.
Yeah, it's a kind of concept.
Right. So a concept.
This guy
So
doesn't
to
have an
be
idea what an
positive
idea
would
is.
be-
Holy shit.
And famously, concepts don't have causal power.
concepts don't have causal power, but yet through concepts, wars are created that shape our world that we live in today. So what you're saying makes no
I didn't
sense.
know I was talking to Ernest motherfucking Hemingway, talking with metaphors and shit.
Bro,
Welcome, motherfucker.
if concepts don't have any causal power, then are you saying that the war on crime is a stupid idea?
Oh no, you got me.
Jay Christos, wait, don't answer that question. What I'm curious about, do you think that Jesus is identical to God?
Wait, hold on. But just to be clear, God had an idea, and through that idea, he created the universe, right?
I don't grant that.
Yeah, that seems flawed.
That seems flawed. So then we ain't going.
It also just seems false, by the way.
You're gonna have to prove that.
Well,
I mean, it's
all
your
I'm
claim
saying
to
is
make, right?
You want me to prove that I don't grant it?
No, prove that what I'm saying is wrong, because in Genesis, that's
No,
exactly
I didn't say it's
what
wrong.
happens.
I said I don't grant it.
Okay, but you do see that within Genesis, it is there in front of your face, right?
But why would I think Genesis is true?
Listen, you don't gotta agree with it. I'm just asking, do you see it?
I don't grant that Genesis is true.
I didn't say
So I
you
don't
have to
grant that the
grant or agree
contents
with
of
it.
Genesis is true.
Okay, so then that means that you disagree with it then, right?
I do.
Yeah.
Okay then. So then we still here then. Boom. Stop trying to run. So then
Christos,
Christos,
I just got a quick question. Do you think that plants can survive without the sun?
I'm talking about God and his ideas. I'm sorry.
I know, me too, Christos, but I promise this is related.
Distracted.
This is super related. This is actually directly related to what you said. And you know, I imagine because you're so much more well read on science than us, you could help me here.
So then
Can plants can plants survive without the sun?
I would like you to get straight to your answer. Then.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm just asking, like, because I don't know the answer. You're so much more well read on science than I am. Can plants survive without the sun?
Plants can survive. Certain plants, just like plants that live below certain depths in the sea, where light does not touch, can live without the sun. I don't know why you keep trying to get a gotcha moment. It will
really?
not happen.
Which plants can survive without the sun?
There's sea life, right? They're aquatic plants.
Aquatic plants survive without the sun. I actually think that all plants, except I think there's one exception of a plant that doesn't have chlorophyll itself, but it survives by parasitizing another plant that does have chlorophyll, which requires the sun.
Yeah, but either way you twist or turn it,
it
itself is not getting it, bro.
So while all aquatic plants require some light for photosynthesis, several species can survive, thrive, or persist in extremely low light, shaded shaded conditions by utilizing artificial aquarium lighting. So, like, yeah, they do require the sun. It seems like I just googled it. So we agree.
They require
like all plants require at least some sunlight.
Oh, all right. Yes, some. There you go.
Okay, now, and so now if we go look at Genesis 1, I just want to double check here. If we go look at Genesis 1, do you happen to know what day the plants were made?
Well, before the plants were made, God said, "Let there be light," because the earth had no void. So there were no plants.
But I'm asking. So
it's not a gotcha moment.
It turns out.
I keep on telling
that
you will never.
So
get
God
that.
made plants on the third day, right?
You will never get that, and He made light before that. You will never get. You will never get.
Right. But He didn't make the sun before that, and you agreed that they can't survive without the sun.
Yes, He did.
Oh, wait a minute. I'm sorry. So the great heaven to rule the great light to rule the sky. Sorry, the greater light to rule the day. Is that the sun? The greater light to rule the day.
Night. He separated night. He separated light from dark.
But we talked about the sun. We were talking about the sun.
Can you read the actual verse instead of paraphrasing?
Yeah. So I'm gonna read Genesis 1. Yeah. In fact, I will. I'll just read from the relevant. I'll read from the relevant bits. So this is Genesis 1:11, and God said, "Let the earth put forth grass, herb yielding seed, and fruit tree bearing fruit after its kind, wherein is the seed thereof upon the earth, and it was so. And the earth brought forth grass, herb yielding seed after its kind, and tree bearing fruit, wherein is the seed thereof after its kind. And God saw that it was good. And there was evening and there was morning, a third day. And God said, let there be lights in the firmament of the heaven to divide the day from the night, and let them be for signs and for seasons and for days and years. And let them be for lights in the firmament of the heaven to give light upon the earth. And it was so. And God made the two great lights, the greater light to rule the day, and the lesser light to rule the night, and the stars. And God set them in the firmament of the heaven to give light upon the earth, and to rule over the day and the night, and to divide the light from the darkness. And God saw that it was good. And there was evening and there was morning, a fourth day. So it sounds like God made the plants before it made the sun.
No, my friend, you can't read. Let's go back to 14, right? Wait, hold on. Hold your laughter. Hold it, because I want to laugh. So
I know
hold
you
it,
do.
right?
I know you want to laugh so hard. Go ahead.
In 14, God said, let the lights appear in the sky, which means that the light was already there. How do we know the lights were already there? Because inside of verse 3, he says, let there be light. Now he's telling you that he's allowing light to come in the firmament, not that it was not there. You can't read.
Well, no, I mean, I'm
You
looking at a
you
direct
illiterate
translation of the Hebrew.
fool.
I'm looking at a direct
Boy.
translation of the Hebrew. You're probably looking at the KJV, right?
You gotta read, man. You gotta read.
Do
I
you
have
read
a good
Hebrew?
authority that Blitz actually does know how to read.
Do you
True.
read Hebrew? Do you know
Yeah,
Hebrew? Do you speak Hebrew?
I can read Hebrew. I can speak it. I don't understand it very well.
So then it sounds like you don't know nothing. How can you read and speak, but you don't understand it? That don't make sense.
Because
it's like me saying I can read and speak English, but
okay,
I don't understand English.
let me explain for you. So Genesis 1 verse 14 is Vayomer Elohim Yahi Me'orot Bir sorry, I'm
You
slow reader.
didn't pronounce any of those words right. You didn't
Hashamayim.
pronounce.
Okay, so which word did I
pronounce any
mispronounce
of those
correctly?
Words right.
Which word
You
did
should
I?
tell me. I don't speak Hebrew. You should tell me.
I mean, the thing is I did read them, and my accent's probably horrible. But my point is I can read them, but I don't know what the word me'orot means, for example.
Okay.
Even though that was one of the words that I read. Or birkia. I don't know what that means either, but I can read it. So that's what it means. But
okay.
But the point is that we can just go punch these words. So Vayomer Elohim means and God said. Yehi means let there be, or to be in the future. And then we can just go translate the last three words in that sentence. We can just go punch them into Google Translate.
He said let there be light in the sky to separate the day from the night. But wait, hold on,
yeah,
bro.
let there be, yeah. So Me'orot Birkia Hashamayim means lights in the firmament of heaven. So it's just let there be lights in the firmament of heaven.
Good job.
Yeah, so he's making them on the fourth day.
Wait, no, he's not. He said, listen, broski. If you go back to the story, the light is already there. It's already there, right?
No, the lights and the light are different. You understand that, right?
He's just letting it
narrator voice. He did not understand that.
He allows it to go into the firmament. They're telling
okay,
you.
So what you're wait. So it sounds like what you're telling me is that there was no sunlight beneath the firmament where the plants were before the plants were made.
The sunlight was always there. He just put it in the firmament.
Where does it say that?
Bro, because that was the first thing he made.
No, he made light. He made light, not lights.
What are we talking about? Everybody.
You understand the difference, right?
Narrator voice. He did not understand the difference.
You know what? Okay, bro. Okay.
Here's another one. Here's another one. If you want to get.
Wait. Hold on. So God lit up the entire universe, and you're telling me, right? And we know that there's different lights, spectrums in the universe, right?
Spectra.
Correct?
Sure.
Okay. Thank you. I appreciate that. Excuse me. I apologize. Spectra, right? So there's different spectra, right? Say that right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So that would just prove God even more, because he took two lights, as you're trying to apply. He took two lights and put it in the firmament. that would still not take away from the light that lights up the entire universe, bro.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. The point is you
which are
agreed
the
that plants.
stars, other
You.
suns.
Oh, well, no, actually,
like,
he made the stars at the same time as he made the sun and the moon. So unfortunately, you're wrong on that. But the point is you agreed that plants require the sun, right? But the plants existed
Yes.
before the sun, according to Genesis 1.
Bro, how did it exist before?
Because God made the plants on the third day, and God made the sun on the fourth day.
Where does it say
Oh.
that God made the sun on the fourth day?
That's what the greater light to rule the day is. It's verse 15. Verse 16.
Okay. But God separated those lights, right?
No, he didn't separate the
Correct?
lights. He separated the light. There's a distinction here.
He separated the bro, let's just he separated the lights,
Like
quote,
the Hebrew.
unquote.
No, he didn't
wait, hold
separate
on.
the
One-
lights. The words are different.
Uh-huh.
So look,
Okay, he separated
Me'orot is something like
Jesus
a
Christ.
light source. It's a plural for like a light source, right?
Yes.
So like you could say Me'orot for like light bulbs. The word for
Okay.
when God said let there be light, the word for light is like the abstract concept of light. The word is or, Aleph Vav Resh. And so these are different words. He didn't separate the lights using the same word that he put the lights in the firmament. These are different concepts. They're just similar in English.
Okay. Here we are again, right? God says, let light. God said, let lights appear in the sky to separate the day from the night.
Yep. That's the sun and the
Let
moon.
them be signs to mark this season, right?
Yep.
Day and night. Oh, sorry, days and years. Let these lights in the sky shine down on the earth.
Yep.
And that is what happened. God made two great lights.
Yep.
So
that's the sun and the moon.
So listen, they're all right. So listen, they're telling you the sun and the moon is being created right here, right?
Right. On the fourth day.
Yeah, on the fourth day.
To cover. Okay. To govern the day, the smaller the day, and the smaller
Me in the
one
group
to
discussion when I
govern
didn't do the reading, but
night.
I still want full credit.
Okay. So yeah, but unfortunately, I cooked you guys on every topic, so you guys didn't
Except
do your
this
homework.
one. What?
So it seems like I'm
Except
the
this
project
one.
leader. It seems like I'm the project leader because you still don't know what you're talking about.
So which day did God create the sun?
God created the sun on the first day, my boy.
Oh, so read 16 again.
You created the sun is
God
in
made two greater
superposition.
lights,
It's in a
one to
temporal
govern the day
superposition.
and one to govern the
Right,
night.
right. And the greater light, what light source is that? Does that happen to be? Is that the moon? Is that Venus? Which one is that?
Are you saying
greater
that
light.
that light source wasn't always was?
Well, God made it on the fourth day, because this is the fourth day that. No, verse 16 is taking place during the fourth day.
Yeah, but why do you keep on skipping the context of the verse prior?
It doesn't say any, like the prior verse doesn't say anything about separating the lights. Like this is like a very obvious reading.
About
not separating the lights.
Hold on.
No,
it literally says right. Then God said, right, let the lights appear in the sky.
Yeah, so they didn't exist beforehand, right?
They did exist because inside of verse 3, God said, let there be light. Meaning
that's
one
light.
Wait, listen.
Oh
listen.
My God.
Yes, wait. Boss. Listen, bro. Remember, light come in multiple spectrum. Say that right?
Sure, but the point is God is in verse 3. God is referring to light in the
two
abstract
of those
sense.
Go on. I'm listening.
So in verse 3, God is referring to, or what the text is referring to, light in kind of the broad abstract sense, where it's just like brightness, right? That's what the word or means. Whereas in verse 16 and 14 and 15, this is talking about specific, you can think of them as like lamps or light bulbs, right? So there was like brightness in verse on day
Okay,
one,
wait, hold on.
but there
Can
wasn't
I read this
a
bit?
light bulb, there wasn't the sun until day 4.
Okay, well, I want to prove you wrong on that, right?
Sure,
If
go
there's
ahead.
700 people here, let me show you why Jesus is king, right? Because the
Yeah.
same verse that he been running from, right? I like that. Jesus need that, right? I like that. Good job, host. It said, then God, exactly. You got to play that for yourself. Then, then God said, "Let there be light," and there was light. And God saw that the light was good. He then separated the light from the dark. God called the light day, which means that the sun had to be there, Papa. And he called the
No.
night, the darkness night.
No.
Wait, let me finish. He called the darkness night. And
Yeah, so
evening
you
passed.
understand.
Wait, hold on.
You
Let me
understand
finish.
that
Let me finish,
the
bro.
ancient Hebrews
Let
didn't
me
think that you
finish. I
needed the
let you
sun in order to
read.
have daytime.
Bro, I let you read. Let me finish. I didn't stop not
The
one
ancient
reading.
Hebrews didn't know that you needed the sun in order to
I
have
didn't.
daytime.
Oh, wait, hold on. Let me prove different. Let me prove different. From their book, not from your mouth. From their book, right?
Emotional damage.
So
I'm
God
sorry.
then says, Nick, you are sorry. God then said, evening passed and morning came, marking the first day.
Yep.
So, as we can see, there was already day and night. There was
Yep.
already a light for day and a darkness for night, which
Yep.
proves that the sun. Wait, hold on. And you want to know how we know that it's the sun? Because
Yeah,
they
sure.
specify evening, which is a time of day, has passed and then morning came, which
Yeah, where
is
does it say
the
anything about the
morning,
sun?
right? Which means that the first day was marked. Thank you.
Where
You
does it say
got.
anything about the sun in the word evening? You there, Buckaroo?
Sure, once, which means that you're wrong and I'm wrong. Then, so don't even try and do that, bro.
Wait, I think you may have cut out because I didn't hear what you said.
Yeah, Jesus Thanos snapped his Wi-Fi. He knew that
I
with his infinite
I
knowledge, he
said.
knew that it was going to be a point more dog shit than any point he's made so far. His providence
Thank you,
requires
Daniel.
him. His providential plan requires his Wi-Fi to cut out in this moment.
Nah, bro. Like you just
And
got
we can do it
cooked.
again, by the
So
way. What do you think that birds existed before land animals did?
you got cooked, bro. Let's stay right here on the sun. Stop jumping. I jumped different places with you. You got cooked every time. Unless we're going back to the
I'm
Trinity,
sure
bro.
that that's what
Let's
happened.
stay here.
So do you think that
Yes, that's
birds existed
exactly what
before this?
happened.
Do you think that birds existed before the land animals?
If you didn't get cooked, don't jump from the birds. Let's stay on light.
Well, no,
Come in.
I'm kind of just getting bored of you not understanding the difference between light
No, you
in
not.
the abstract
You
and
running.
lights in the
You
concrete.
running. You running, but it's okay. I got my own recording. Next, come on, let's go.
I'm sure you do. Yeah. So do you think that
This is gonna be fun.
do you think that birds existed before land animals?
Do I think that birds existed before land animals? I wouldn't know. I don't really know.
I thought that you were
I
a
would
big science book
assume-
reader.
I would. Well, damn. Let me just finish my thought, and maybe we can come to the same conclusion. I know that, as we all know, life clearly started in the water, and then it came out, and then well, for those who believe in evolution, and then from those aquatic animals and aquatic germs and things of that nature, bacteria, excuse me, then came what we know as life today.
Yeah.
Birds, as far as what I know,
Yeah.
I wouldn't know. I would say based off of that notion that bacteria that created life came from the water. I would say that aquatic animals came first, but if
Yeah,
those
and then land animals and then birds, right?
in that order, I'm not sure. But you see how
Yeah,
I
so
could be honest and say I'm not sure instead of lying
no,
like
no,
you guys?
that's fair. That's totally fair. So, the first birds evolved around the same, or the first birds evolved when the dinosaurs already existed. This is during the
Okay, yeah,
Jurassic
true.
period, because
Yes.
birds are a type of dinosaur, right?
Yes,
Now,
that's true.
which means that land animals existed before birds did by like millions of years.
Okay.
Now, here's the trouble. If we go
Mhm.
read Genesis 1:20, this is
Okay.
right after the fourth day. It says,
Okay.
"And God said, let the waters swarm with swarms of living creatures, and let fowl fly above the earth in the open firmament of heaven. And God created the great sea monsters and every living creature that creepeth, blah, 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 blah."
Yeah, but they didn't tell
all
you
of
exactly
the
what order
birds.
it went in, so you're
And
wrong.
hold on, I'm not there yet. And then there was evening, and then there was
Okay.
morning, a fifth day. And
Okay.
verse 24, "And God said, let the earth bring forth the living creature after its kind, cattle and creeping thing, and beast of the earth after its kind. And it was so. And God made the beast of
But
the earth after its kind, and the cattle after their kind, and everything that creepeth on the ground and after its kind. And God saw that it was good." So here what we're seeing is that God made
beauty.
everything that's on the land come after the birds. But that seems wrong. We just kind of
No,
agreed that it's
that's
wrong.
not true. That's not true. Read it again.
Oh.
You literally you
Yeah.
literally
And
read.
God made the
Wait,
beast
hold
of
on,
the
hold on.
earth.
Uh-huh.
And God made the beast of the earth after its kind, and the cattle after their kind, and everything that creepeth upon the
Before
ground
that.
after its kind.
Before that.
And yeah, and God said, let the earth bring forth the living creature after its kind, cattle and creeping thing, and beast of the earth after its kind, and it was so.
No, you was talking about how life came out of the water, and then every fowl would fly. So hit us, right? Hit us.
Yeah.
Hit us.
Yeah,
It
go
sounds like God has evolution right, because
Well,
he started
not
off
really.
from no. He started off from life in the water, then
And then birds.
and then everything came after. So
Well, so it's
hold on.
birds and sea life happened on the same day.
Let's
And
finish.
then
Okay.
birds
Boss,
and sea life
but-
happened on the same day, and then
I'm gonna let
land
you
animals
speak.
happened the day after.
Okay, but what if, right? What if, right? Hypothetically speaking, let's just put our thinking caps on, right?
Mhm.
What if
Thinking cap is on.
God? Thank you. What if God's? All right, good job. What if
Is your thinking
God's
cap hungry?
concept? What? No. Unfortunately.
Okay, just checking.
What if God's concept of time, because he is beyond time and space, is different? So what if a day to us is 2 trillion years to God?
Oh, wait a
That
minute.
would
So,
make
but does that mean
sense.
that the order's different? Because he said that birds came before the land animals.
Did he specify said order?
Yeah, because one of them
Yeah.
happens on the fourth, or one of them happens on the fifth day, and the other one happens on the sixth day. And
Yeah, that is
5 famously is
unfortunately-
before 6.
Is unfortunately the
Okay,
entire argument.
so then no, because
This
he
guy's
didn't say,
short-circuiting.
well,
Holy shit. So then
how am I short circuiting
then-
because you're
so
speaking
then-
over me and I want to get
so
my words
then-
out and I'm stopping to
then-
let you speak because I have manners
so
and you
then,
don't?
so then,
Are you short circuiting right now because you're saying so then so many times? You see, anybody could
yeah,
play
that is
dumb just like
if somebody
you guys,
says
bro.
so then 3 times in a row, yeah, they are
Anyways,
short-circuiting.
all right.
Yes.
Oh, okay. So then I'm glad that you can admit that you are, but I'm not. So stop short circuiting, take a break,
because
get
between
some
the two
water,
of us,
and come back.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right. So then your friend has to deal with 2 dummies then. You and me. There you go. 2 people short.
Yeah, I'm a liability to Dr. Blitz.
Okay,
I'm gonna
sure.
lose
It's okay,
this motherfucker
Padawan.
debates.
Okay, sure. Cool. Anyways, moving on. So as you can clearly see, either way you twist or turn it, God still holds true. So even if you want to say, well, it happened on the 3rd day, 4th day, 6th day, God's concept of time is completely different. So
what you're telling me is from God's concept of time, he might create something on day 5 and then create another thing on day 6, but that from our perspective could have been the day 6 could have happened before day 5 is what you're telling me.
I'm saying that we don't know how God's concept of time works, but one thing that we do know for sure.
Emotional damage.
Classic.
I mean,
It just doesn't make sense to us.
I mean, if I guess playing sound effects makes you feel like you made a point. So go ahead and
It's
just hit
just
it
for the
again.
memes. Okay, I will.
Emotional damage.
Thank you for your
Thank you.
permission.
So
Appreciate it.
all right, appreciate it. Right, no problem, love. So as we know, right? So a day could be a billion years, a million years, bro,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
he is outside of that time and space. Wait, hold on. And how do we know that? Because light travels at different times than we do. So a year traveling at the speed of light is completely different from a year being on the planet Earth. If you were to spin around the Earth one time, you would come back here to Earth and everybody would be old. Like
So are
that's
you
how
telling me that if I are
light
you telling me
works.
that if I fly around the Earth in the opposite direction the Earth is spinning at the speed of light, I will travel back in time?
That's not how that works, bro. Like, once again, you're trying to get a
Oh
gotcha moment.
damn,
It
my
doesn't
bad.
work because I know science, bro. You're
We can
Yeah,
dumb.
yeah,
tell.
you do.
Stop it. You've been trying to
You're
get
a
a gotcha moment this whole time and it
whoa.
No,
hasn't worked,
I was
Let's
just making a
reel it
Superman
in there,
reference.
rascal. Just calm down.
man.
It's just
Anyways, moving on, bro. Like, so as we know, God's concept of time is different. So to the finite humans who are hearing this story from Adam and Eve, right? They're
Mm-hmm.
telling you from their perspective in which the world has been created, from their view in which God and is breaking it down to them. But that's millions and billions of years because God is once again outside of time and space, bro. So to him it's a day. So they're speaking from God's perspective, right? That's what they say in the beginning. But for God, that's not the beginning or the end because he always existed. He is the beginning and the end. So
Oh,
that's why
it's making sense now.
I highly doubt that your brain's wrapping around it, but I'll take what you're saying for face value.
I
So
appreciate the charity and the education.
no problem. I appreciate it. So our concept of time and space is different. So from
Mhm.
God's perspective, it was day 6. But for the dinosaurs that lived on there, if they could speak, they'll probably say no, like that was 3, 4, 5 million years, or ba million years, or et cetera, et cetera. Either way you twist or turn it, the Bible is still accurate about life and hold on, and the world, because in Genesis 1 it says that God created the heavens and the earth, but the earth had no form. As we know,
Yeah,
every
yeah.
planet before it is formed, what is it? What does everything in this universe have in common? Can you guys answer that? What state of being are we that every single universe have in common? That everything in the universe have in common? Can you guys answer that? If you don't know, that's perfectly fine.
That's what everything has in common. John Cena.
banger.
Okay, so as you guys can see, for the 700 people, they have to do childish things because they don't know. Okay,
We do.
so the answer is that every living thing, since you guys don't know science, is chemicals. No matter that is the
Wait, are
most
neutrinos
basic.
chemical?
That's like so light is
That
chemicals?
is the most basic. That is everything is chemicals.
Okay.
Like including neutrinos and light.
Yeah.
Everything is chemicals.
Bro,
Our entire
call
world
up
and
the
universe is
fucking
based off of
Nobel
chemicals.
committee. We got a goddamn complete paradigm shift over here.
I didn't know I was talking to goddamn Mendeleev.
Yeah. Wait,
might
so
be a
so
top
to be
tier
clear,
joke that
you do
goes over
think
his head.
photons are chemicals?
Okay.
Is that correct?
So light. What is light made up of?
Photons.
What are photons made up of?
They're not. They're fundamental.
Okay. So photon isn't matter?
No.
Like famously no.
So photons passes through people. It doesn't have a state.
Well, they
Photons
can.
don't
No, they have
have
a state.
of being.
No, they're just not matter. They're not fermions.
So when light travels, right, like through our light bulb and things of that energy, things of that nature and stuff like that, is not taking a form. That's not happening. Even though light is literally like pure energy.
I don't know what you mean by taking a form. Like photons, yeah, they it wouldn't be correct to say that they have a shape.
No. No, excuse me. Sorry. Not form as in that sense of form. Like not like triangle, square, whatever the case may be. Like you understand what I'm saying?
No.
As in like a chemical form, like
No,
scientific form, a
there's
bonding form?
no
No.
chemical form that light takes. No.
No. Okay.
This dude makes
I'm not saying
PhD free look like a fucking intellectual juggernaut.
I'm not saying chemical as in like, yo, like we are all like how you think of like calcium, phosphorus, things of
So
that
then what do
nature.
you
I'm
mean
not
by
saying
chemical?
meaning that everything has initial form. Well, we are made up of chemicals. Excuse me, but light itself, light has a form. It has a state of being. That's why it could be dispersed, gathered,
Sure.
not annihilated, right? Because you know energy is technically
I mean,
everywhere.
photons can
But
be destroyed.
no, well, we're talking about like energy, right? Like light energy, right?
Yeah, well, the energy can be converted from photons to something else,
Right,
and then
right.
they stop being photons.
But pure energy.
Well, I wouldn't say that they're pure energy either.
No, not photons. I'm saying in the sense of pure energy, pure joules.
What? You're saying what in the sense of pure energy?
Can be destroyed, right?
Yeah, sure.
Cannot
For the sake of
be
argument,
destroyed.
we can say sure.
Okay, so as we understand, right? That's how everything soon came to be through that energy, and then we later on have the development of atoms, chemicals, matter, states of matter, etc., blah blah blah. But as we know, right, the world, like, which is my point, the world was chemicals. Then it later was formed into, as we know, as the Earth, right? And we know that every planet is formed the same way through chemicals and debris that floats, and then they condense, and etc., right? If you are a human and you think, and we know that happens throughout millions, probably a billion years, whatever, etc., right? For the fact that these ancient Hebrews knew that the world was formless and was chemicals and dust and things of that nature before it was formed, and they never been to outer space, there was no NASA. It shows that somebody had to tell them that, because there's no way that
Literally,
they would have known that.
Almost every single ancient civilization had the view that during their creation myth, the universe was without form, it was chaos, and then the god comes and sorts the chaos into order. That's like ubiquitous across ancient mythologies.
Yeah, but it doesn't say the universe. It says the earth had no form. God made it very clear. The universe is established. He already said it. Boom, heavens. But the earth
I
itself.
actually don't know if that's true.
No, yeah, no. I can read it. I got it right. Right?
You're reading in. So when it says Vahaaretz, Haita,
the earth was
Vovohu.
formless.
Yeah, okay. So it says the earth was unformed
empty.
and void.
Ah.
Yeah.
And we
that's
know,
fine.
and we know that every planet,
in some sense, Haaretz is something like the world, not necessarily like the Earth specifically as a planet.
Well, I mean, either way you twist it or turn it, right? They knew the difference between the world and the heavens. You know, so since every ancient history specifies the difference between the heavens and the actual world, which they live on, which is Earth.
Well, no. So
the
heavens didn't exist yet in verse 2.
Yes, it did.
No, that doesn't happen until verse 8 when God makes the firmament and calls the firmament heaven.
It says, "In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth."
You're reading a bad translation. Now. It's in the beginning of God creating the heavens and the earth.
But He still created.
No. So verse 1 is telling you that the entire rest of the chapter that's about to follow is a description of how God created the heavens and the earth.
Bro, no, you are reading that wrong, bro. bro.
It
Stop
is.
it.
That is like the modern scholarly translation of this text. But look, you've been up
Oh
here
wait, wait.
for
Okay.
just
Can you?
over
Wait,
an
all right.
hour. Christos,
Can
do you
you
want to
show me that on the
do you want to
screen?
make no, I don't have the capability to do that right now. I don't have that set up.
Okay.
Um
All right. That's fine.
but is there anything you want to talk about before I let you go, because we do have other guests that have been waiting politely?
Anything I want to talk about? I mean, well, I guess I'll just say this. You feel me? I think you guys should read a book called Mere Christianity by
C.S. Lewis.
C.W. Yes. Oh, you are a. Did you read it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I would suggest that if whoever didn't read it, right, you guys give that book a read, right? Then um, uh, go back and look into like the actual formation of the universe. Like you look into the Big Bang theories and things of
Yeah, I
that
mean like this
nature.
book. You should look at this book.
Who is it by?
It's by Nia
Phil
Shorty
Halper.
and Phil Halper.
You said who? Sorry, excuse me.
It's Nia Shorty. He's Iranian.
Yeah.
So Ni. You can just look at the last names. Shorty, AFSHORDI.
S-O-R-D-I. Uh-huh.
And then the other author's name is Halper. Halper.
Okay. And I'll definitely look into that, but I feel like
It's a very good book.
what I'll probably say is the thing about atheism is that it doesn't have a basis. For you guys to say that something that the universe that
Oh no, he disconnected. Oh no. What are the odds?
Bro, the thing about atheism.
The thing about atheism is
Dr. Blitz doesn't want you to know what the thing about atheism is.
I don't, you're right. We have some super chats to read, and then we'll bring up our next guest. We have plenty of super chats to read. You guys are very generous today. From Reverend Nate with the 2 Canuck bucks, isn't Christianity plus women hating just Islam? Oh no, Christianity has a whole history of women hating.
Yeah.
You forgot
I
about
don't
that whole
think-
part.
I think it's Christian propaganda to think that only Islam is the woman-hating one.
Yeah, I mean, like, in fact, you could just say Christianity minus 2 gods is Islam, and then you'd be
True.
pretty close.
True.
From Catholic Thinker with the $2, Jesus didn't even sit on the porcelain throne.
Mm.
Did Jesus never poop?
Do you think have you seen the one Darth Dawkins, or no, it's like the one video on Tom Rabbit's channel where it's like 2 Christians debate whether or not Mary wiped baby Jesus's ass?
That's amazing. And the answer's got to be no, right?
Well, it's a lot of no. It's unclear.
Okay.
It's a matter of scholarly debate.
From Ereborus with the $5, Jesus was yeast. He is literally bread, turns water into wine, yeast. Put in a cave for 3 days and has risen, sourdough. Man was yeast. From Steve Gear with the $5, do we need to start celebrating Easter? That's really funny. And the Jews eat unleavened bread, which is why they don't have Jesus. From Ereborus with the $2, Easter communion will be pizza and beer. That seems right. From Orion Cooper with the $2, why does God fear 7? Because 7, 8, 9.
Why is 6 afraid of 7? Because 7 is a registered 6 offender.
I've heard that one before. It's good though. Also 6, 7.
6, 7.
From Dr. Fudge with the $5, this fool is the embodiment of the old thing about playing chess with a pigeon. Oh no, this was like actually a chess match. He just was bad at the game.
Yeah, he kept on getting like scholars mated, for those of you who know.
Yeah. With the €2 from Juiced Vandenover, or Vandenover, this was the dunningest of Kruger calls ever. That did happen a lot. He was assuming that we didn't read a lot. I'd be surprised if he's actually read any science books, like even like pop science books. From Dr. Carla J. Strand with the $5. Yeah, according to this caller, all Dr. Blitz has to do is read a book on science. Get on that, would you please? I'll work on it. Definitely I'll work on it. I'll put it on my to-do list. From Very Good Wizard with the $5. Blitz Ian, apparently you guys need to read a science book or something. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. From Glitterlock with the $10. Don't give any of this to Justin. Get wrecked, Justin. No, we split 3 ways. We always split 3 ways, even if one of us can't make it. Them's the rules. From Sans Sensibility with the $10. Hello, lovely humans. I slept in today, and so I'll watch the stream when it ends. Cheers. You can watch it while it's live, and then just be behind. From a Dwayne Warren with the $2. How are you sure God isn't real? I don't think anybody's claiming surety.
Oh, I'd claim surety among like certain God models, but no, I think that there's like some God. I think there are some God models where it's like an open question.
I mean, I guess the question is like how willing are we to say like, oh, I could just be mistaken about like everything?
Yeah, although
like, can we be certain that that's not the case? I mean, I guess I'm more sympathetic to like global skepticism than you are. Like, I don't accept it, but like, you know, like it's not something that I can discount with certainty.
Oh, sure. If that's all you're claiming, then yeah. I mean, sure, but then, well, I feel like if you have like a conceptual contradiction, then, like,
yeah,
for
that's
example,
true.
You know, if God's all knowing, but he doesn't know what time it is right now, and there is like some fact of the matter as to what time it is right now, well, then
Looking
that
at
seems like a problem.
you, William Lane Craig.
Yeah. Does William Lane Craig make that argument?
William Lane Craig is a neo-Lorentzianist, so he thinks that a theory is correct, which means that there is a fact of the matter about what time it is, right? He must
Oh,
be.
Yeah, sure.
From Alexander Hurst with the £2, wrong, look up chemosynthesis. I don't think plants do chemosynthesis. I know some bacteria and some fungi do, but I think kind of by definition to be a plant, you have to have chlorophyll or be descended from something that has chlorophyll. I think. I can double check. I'm not a biologist. From C-Bar with the $2, the KJV is Goyslop. You shouldn't say that. I know it's a joke. You shouldn't say Goyslop. That's like neo-Nazi shit.
Wait, do you know if maybe C-Bar... Maybe
C-Bar is just socially awkward and sometimes says things that are inappropriate, but not intentionally, not with intent. C-Bar has a hard time telling sometimes when a joke is appropriate and when it's not.
Okay, that's fine. Aren't we all? Aren't we all?
Yeah. From Nekdu with the $5, I'm starting to think this caller might not actually be a legit plantologist. Oh, probably not.
I'm starting to suspect that this caller may have not read any science books.
I suspect as much.
It makes me sad to say, but
look, sometimes it just is. It's just how it is.
That's circular. Ha! Got his ass.
From Trent Trez with the $5, you guys are arguing with a guy that has a picture with money. The bar is set ground low for this window licker. Hey, look, not everybody who has a picture with money is a window licker. Sometimes people, no, actually, I think you might be right. Can't come up with a counterexample. From Man of Tomorrow with the $10, atheists teach Christians the Bible. Again, omnipotence is English grammar. I mean, yeah, it's just like, this is an English word, right? But like, you know, omnipotence is only mildly in the Bible, right? It's not like explicitly spelled out what it means. From Cedar and Sound with the $10, this dude is in the kitchen all discombobulated, splashing hot oil all over the place, starting grease fires and burning his own argument down. But he sure is arrogant enough to call it cooking. Oh, that's funny. From Catholic Thinker with the $5, even the first Christians didn't believe that it needed the sun. In fact, it's why Origen and other church fathers didn't believe literal Genesis. Did I pronounce that right? Is it Origin or Oregon?
What the fuck? Wait,
Isn't that a church father?
Oh, I have no idea.
It's just
I don't know. I feel like if I was a Christian, like the easiest, it feels like super easy. Maybe I don't see the implications, but I'd just say, yeah, you know, it's a miracle. You know, God fucking sustained
Yeah, I mean,
plants.
you could. Yeah,
I don't know.
I mean,
man.
like, you could say
I'd
that.
be hand waving away all this shit to like the maximum possible extent.
Absolutely, you have to. From Eat Some Shorts with the $5, that emotional damage soundbite during a crash out made me spit out my food. Take my money and keep cooking. I recently just discovered the sound effects in the TikTok app. They will be used thoroughly. Probably inappropriately to some extent, but
wait, can you upload your own sound effects?
You can. Yeah, so I don't even need a soundboard. I can just use the sound effects that are built in and add my own. Like I'm gonna add in the no, wait. I need to tell you something. I'm gonna add in that one because that's perfect.
I gotta get like the Thanos, like reality can be whatever I want
Yeah,
it
right?
to be.
From Dr. Fudge with the $2, something breathtaking about how dumb this guy is. It really does take your breath away, doesn't it? All right, we just have a few more and then we'll get on to our next guest, I promise. From Egg Zach Leet with the $5, we need some Dale Gribble pocket sand soundbite for these Pettifog artists. I didn't watch King of the Hill. Ian, did you watch King of the Hill?
I watched it to like fall asleep sometimes because of how boring it is.
Yeah. From Christopher Sanford with the £5, a year to God could be a billion years. Convenient. Except the story tells us how to define a day. Each time we have the morning and we have the evening and the morning. That's true. And once you have the sun, those are pretty well defined, right? From Literally Lou with the 10 Australian dollars. Thank you so much, Lou. Always good to see you. From Gentleman Viking with the $5, if Immaculate Conception is correct and Mary was without original sin, did she menstruate? If not, could she be an adult under Jewish marriage laws? Interesting. So what you're telling me is that Joseph married a child. Write that down. From Patch Grabber with the 5 Canuck bucks. Sure, 6 was afraid, but why was 10 afraid? Because it is right in the middle of 9/11. Jesus Christ. From One Tom One Bombadil 1 with the 5 Canuck bucks. Monotropa uniflora ghost pipe is a plant without chlorophyll. Right. I mentioned that specifically. I mentioned the exception where this is a plant without chlorophyll, but it is parasitic on a plant with chlorophyll. So it still requires sunlight, even if indirectly. Right. If there was no sun, then it couldn't survive on the plant that it gets its energy from. But yeah, I'm familiar with ghost pipes. They're very, very interesting. From the Sentry with the £5, guys, methinks people be watching too much weasel footage these days. It's a good Ianism. And from C-Bar with the $10, I'm goofing on the anti-Semites who went apeshit over Epstein referring to Gentiles as the G word, no harm intended. Okay, fair enough. It's just hard to convey over text. All right. We should bring up our next guest. We could bring up Angel Investor if you're having a bad day, Ian. Alternatively, we have a bunch of people who have been waiting.
Well, I've been told that my microphone is too quiet, so you need to turn my microphone up if we're talking to Angel.
Yeah, I can do that.
Yeah.
Right now?
Yeah, it just needs to be I think we can do the conversation. We just need to be like way louder than him. Do you know you can turn like the guest's volume way down on TikTok Live Studio?
I did know that, yeah.
Yeah. Gosh.
All right, your mic should be good now.
Yeah, let's do it. Fuck it. I'm ready for the boss fight.
All right. Boss fight.
Yeah. Boss fight being generous.
Is this just the fight where he has like 100% block chance and like 1,000,000 HP but has no attack?
Yeah. It's like the training dummy, you know?
Yeah. Angel, how's it going?
Doing well.
Yeah. Well, there's, like I said, there's plenty of things that are evidence of God's existence.
Like what?
For instance, DNA. If you look at DNA, for instance, that's clear evidence of design.
How?
With DNA, you have multi-parameter optimization that occurred in DNA prior to there was any Darwinian selection or any replication in the genome. Before there was any benefit to the organism or to replication, there was these optimization to 1% or less of all these parameters that were optimized with 1% or less. And it had to happen earlier than 4.2 to 4.3 billion years ago, because Luca was pushed back to 4.3 billion years ago. And in Luca, this is what it says in Nature.
Could you send like an article that claims this? I just want to get. I'm not saying that this is wrong. I just want to see what the claim actually is.
Mm-hmm. It's in Nature. It's the last answer. Let me.
I do just have a quick question. When the first thing that you said when you came in is like I said. What were you referring to?
What you mean, like I said?
Well, you came in. You said like I said, and then you kept talking.
I'm just talking about past conversations. Like I said, there's
okay.
already talked
just
about
checking.
evidence for God. Oh, okay.
Yeah, you're good. Continue.
Okay, he said the last ancestor shared by all living organisms was a microbe that lived 4.3 billion years ago. had a fairly large genome encoding 2,600 proteins, enjoyed a diet of hydrogen and gas and carbon dioxide, and harbored a rudimentary immune system. And this goes back to earlier than Earth formed, 4.5 billion years ago. So you have this short window where you have to get this, not just the origin of information, but you have to have this multi-parameter optimization occurred before there's any benefit. Francis Crick said in his book, 1981 book, Life Itself, the origin of life appears to be almost a miracle. So many other conditions which would have to be satisfied to get it going. I mean, how do you have parameters optimized, say for error cost for genome error cost that you calculate by the error cost function? How do you have optimization of that parameter before there's any error cost?
Which
I mean,
parameter?
that's
Yeah, wait, which
the
parameters?
primordial soup had beans from Jack
We're
and
not
the
going to get an
Magic
answer to
Beans
that
Cult?
question. Yeah, we just want to know
Explain it.
which parameters. Is there like an article that you could maybe send us?
Error cost. Do you know what error cost do you know what error cost is?
No, I'm not familiar.
That they calculate by the error cost function. Do you don't know what that is?
Wouldn't that just be
Let me
like
explain it.
expected? Would that be like
let me
something like
explain it to you.
percentage of, or like absolute percentage of expected
Well-
versus actual?
No. It's actually optimized to less than 1% of the most optimal ways that could be arranged. The genome, 64 codons, the genetic code coded for 20 amino acids.
Still
and
no
3
answer to the
codons.
question. Hopefully nobody notices.
Yes, I'm trying to explain to you error correction. If you
Wait, sorry, wait. What question did I ask you?
You said what is error cost? I
No,
said,
that
do you
wasn't.
know what
Whoa,
error
wait,
cost
that wasn't
is?
my question. My question was which parameters. Let's try listening to the
I
question.
said error cost.
Okay, and
do you know
so is
what
that multiple
error cost
parameters
a
or is that just one
parameter?
parameter?
That's just one out of like 15 or
Okay,
16.
well I asked
I'm
which
trying to explain to you-
parameters.
I'm trying to explain to you one because you don't have
No,
any
tell
idea
me
what you're talking
tell me
about.
multiple of them is the question.
There's multiple parameters.
Yes, I'm asking you, what are they?
I told you error cost. You have
Oh
you
no,
have-
he only knows one. Oh no, brutal.
You have DNA compression and packaging. You have
Okay,
gene
DNA
expression
compression.
optimization. You got transcriptional regulation networks. You got DNA repair optimization. You got search optimization. Just found
And
by
why couldn't these?
Melvin Vauxson. Hold up.
I suppose I'm a
Would you
bit
shut up and
confused.
listen? You
Whoa,
have search
I'm sorry. If your debate
you have
strategy
search-
relies on you crashing the fuck out, I'm simply
listen,
going to calmly repeat my question, and then we'll have to go
listen,
from there.
Eon,
So
you
my
showing
question
how-
is, why would
you
these
showing
all
you're a
need to
dunce.
develop together? Like, why couldn't these develop separately?
You're a dunce. All of
Whoa,
these
let's
things,
just calm down
some of
there.
them have to be
Emotional damage.
There's like seriously no reason to be getting
some of
this
them have
upset.
to be depend on other optimists. Do you know what error cost is?
I'm unfamiliar with error costs, but there's really no reason to be getting this upset. You know, let's just calm down
Well,
there.
let me tell. Let me
So
explain
wait,
to
why
you what
couldn't
error
these
cost is.
things
Let
come
me
about
edu-
via evolution?
No, because this is the point. This is why you can infer intelligent design the same way Francis Crick did. Because if you're going to say it occurred naturally, Ian, you have to explain how something like error cost occurred and was optimized at less than 1% before there was any error cost, before there was any Darwinian selection, before there was any replication. Why would you optimize something and you don't know what the benefit is? You only do that when it comes to a mind. Intelligence optimizes a parameter when they know, because they say the benefit is going to be X. So I'm going to optimize this parameter to less than 1%. If you're saying there's no intelligence and you're saying all of these things occur naturally, you got to explain how earlier than 4.2, 4.3 billion years ago, error cost was optimized at less than 1% when there wasn't any error cost.
Oh, wait, do you mean like
saying
error
it's
correcting code? Is that what you're referring to?
No, that's what. If you let
Then
me
I'm not
explain to
sure
you.
because I Google error cost genome, and that seems to be what they're talking about, like the field of like, what is
No.
it? It's like a field of like abstract algebra, wherein they do like error
No.
corrections. So if that's
Error
not what you're
cost is-
talking about, Are you using error
No,
correction in like an idiosyncratic
no,
way?
it's not error correction. Error
Can you
cost is
define
different than
error cost, please?
Yeah, if he would shut up and let me finish.
You've been rambling
Error
for like a
cost.
good 5 minutes now. So
Yeah,
if you can just define it, that'd be great.
He doesn't have a clue. So let me
Well, can you
explain it
please
to you.
define it for the for the
I'm
audience?
starting to
and for
think
us
that you don't
dummies
have
who
a
know
clue
what it is?
either.
Error cost is based on the fact that you have say 10 to the 84 ways that genetic code could be arranged. The error cost is saying it's most optimal, is the most optimal way it could be arranged, that the genome, the genetic code could be arranged in order to reduce errors when replication begins, and these replications begin to reach the genome, and you have Darwinian selection. So the most optimal way it can be arranged to reduce error costs to the organism, to the replication, is in that way that it's arranged in less than 1% of the way that it's arranged.
So
And
wait
you
a minute,
calculate this.
and I'm just trying to
You
understand what you're saying
calculate
here.
this
So
through
you're
the error
saying that
cost function.
there is a way that the genome could be arranged so that even if errors do sneak into the genome as a result of whatever factors, that when they reproduce, those errors will not be passed on. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I'm saying there'll be more errors. It's arranged in a way where the errors are minimized.
Can you
That's what
give me can you find me like a paper or something that actually like talks about this notion of error cost that you're talking about? Because I Googled it and I'm just finding things like the cost of sequencing a human genome, whole genome sequencing breaks the cost barrier, systematic evaluation of error rates and causes in short samples and next generation sequencing, evolution of error correction through a need for speed. Is that what we were talking about? Like,
No.
do you have like some sort of source where like, because I'll be completely honest with you, I didn't understand that definition. It did not elucidate the meaning of the term for me at all.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, an error cost function, which you calculate by the error cost, is a mathematical formula that measures the performance when you are in the genome.
What do you
in
think
the
Dr.
arrangement
Blitz
of the
just asked you
genome.
for? Dr. Blitz just asked you
that's
for
what
like a source that like
I'm reading
talks
it right
about
now.
this. Can we get like a source? Yeah, what's
Wait,
the name
are
of
you
the
talking
source?
about a loss function?
An error cost function.
It's a function that
What you
maps
said
out-
you're reading? You said you're reading it right now. What are you reading?
You're the doctor. You don't know what an error
Whoa,
cost function
let's
is.
just-
I don't work
Wow,
in
you're a
in
doctor of physics.
optimization,
Why don't you know
so-
every single fact? You know.
You don't
got
know
me.
what an error cost function is.
Well, let's
function
just
that
calm
maps an
down there.
event or
You
values
said you're
one or more
reading off
variables
of
into real
something. What are you
numbers,
reading off
typically
of?
representing some costs
Do
associated
you
with
know what
Do you want to tell us what source you're
I
reading off
thought
of?
you was a doctor.
I thought, oh wow, yeah, again, Dr. Blitz, you know, PhD physicist. Why don't
everything.
you know every fact?
Yeah, so
source are you
it
reading off
looks
of?
like what he's referring to is a loss function, where you take on some variables, you map those variables to some cost associated with the variables being arranged in a certain way. And this is an optimization problem, and so the optimization problem is to
Yes.
minimize the loss function.
Exactly.
I've never seen that ever called an error or like an error cost.
Yeah.
Type in
What are you
error cost
What are you
function.
reading
I
off
did.
of? Angel, you said you were reading off of something. What are you reading off of?
Reading off of what?
You just said that you were reading off. You said you were reading it right now. What are you reading? Maybe if we can see the source that you're seeing, maybe it'll help make some more sense to us. Unless, of course, that source is ChatGPT and you're going to humiliate yourself. So what you said you were reading off of it. What are you reading off of?
It's all over the place.
He's short circuiting because he can't answer the question. What are you reading? You said you were reading it right now. What are you reading?
I had no idea that Dr. Blitz would have no clue about.
He has no clue. He's reading off of ChatGPT, I suspect. ChatGPT hallucinated another thing.
Have a clue. I knew you
So
were
it sounds like ChatGPT just hallucinated more information. Yeah, okay. At this point, I'm comfortable asking a question that I know you don't have an answer for, which is what's the source that the genome does this?
The source of what?
The source for the claim that you're making. Give me the source.
You don't know the genome has error correction and
what's
error
the
detection
source? Give the
mechanisms?
source. What's the source for the scientific claim?
The genome has error correction and error detection. That's
the claim
common
again.
knowledge.
What's the source?
in every biology about the genome, when they talk about error,
Holy shit.
correction.
It went really
Hold
bad
up,
for you,
Ian.
Angel.
Ian,
What's
you
the
didn't
just
know
give
that
the source,
genome,
buddy?
hold up. You didn't know the genome has error
ChatGPT doesn't
correction?
either. It just
Hold up.
hallucinated it. And
You
the
didn't
funniest
know
thing
the
is
hold
that
up.
you don't know what it
Dr.
is because
Blitz,
it's not even a thing.
Dr. Blitz, did you know the genome has error correction and proofreading?
I mean, I've heard that, but that's not what a cost function is.
But do you know that they have error correction in the genome? Yes or no? I know you don't
Well,
want to
well,
embarrass.
don't let me get off of this. Just what?
I would believe it, but it's not
yes or
related to
no?
what you said.
Just give us a
It's
source.
exactly related. That's what error correction is arranged in
No,
the way
this
the
is
genome-
unrelated to error correction, by the way.
No, it is. That's why it's called error cost function.
No, it's really not called an error cost function. I haven't seen it called that anywhere. I've seen it called a cost function, a loss function, or an error function, but not an error cost function.
Yeah, what source are you reading off of that
Here you
calls
go.
it that?
You can look anywhere, science.org.
What's the name? Yeah, science.org.
any
Let's go to
science.
science.org.
I'm not here to try to educate you.
So wait,
that
so
you don't know
science.org, and then I'm going to search error
there's
cost.
you don't know there's
error
correction in
cost.
the genome.
Evolution
Yes. there's error cost
of error
function.
correction through need to
It's
speed. Wait, let's get this
optimized.
specific. I'll get it in quotes. I'm sure there's something that's going to refer to it as an error cost. Okay, we have something for universal human perception. We have something for ventral premotor cortex. Can't find anything that mentions this in terms of genetics.
It's connected to the genetic code. It's the way.
Are you using this term in a way that nobody else uses it? You were condescending to us for not knowing it, but in fact, you made it up yourself.
No, it's not made up. It's calculated.
Then give
by
me
the
one
error
source
cost
that
function.
uses it. Just one source that uses it, please.
Yeah, let me look up. Now I got my computer on.
Yeah,
take me like
specifically
2
in the
seconds to
context
look
you're
it up.
referring to.
It'll take me 2 seconds to look it up.
Please.
I don't know what this one does. That was appropriate. Man, some of these are really good. Why are these here?
Oh, here it goes. Here goes one.
Bro is committing the error cost right now.
Bro, this is like the fucking infinity blunder.
Evolution of the genetic code, partial optimization of random code for robustness and translation error in rugged fitness landscape. Can
you repeat that one more time? Can you?
Evolution
Oh,
of the evolution of the genetic code, partial optimization of a random code for robustness to translation error in a rugged fitness landscape. Here's from the abstract. The standard genetic code table has distinctly non-random structure with similar amino acids often encoded by codons series that differ by a single nucleotide substitution. In the third or first position of the codon, it is repeatedly argued that this structure of the code results from selective optimization. This code results from.
Does it mention the phrase that you said it was going to mention?
You idiots. You
oh,
complete
fuck,
idiots.
he's freaking out. Okay, let's remember the original claim, which, whoa,
Eon
calm
is
down.
such an idiot.
Whoa,
You
calm
are such
down.
an
Oh,
idiot,
he's
Eon.
cooked and he knows he's cooked, which is the worst part,
Eon
which is
is
why he's
such an
freaking the
idiot.
fuck out.
You
He's
don't
getting
understand
loud
what
because he knows that
optimization-
if he doesn't stop
Listen.
talking, if he stops talking, I'm going to
Listen.
humiliate him by reminding the audience
Let
of
me
the claim that he was
explain- let me
presenting this
explain to
paper.
you,
He was
Eon.
presenting this
Let me-
paper in order to
let me explain
demonstrate
to you.
that he's not using
me
error
explain-
function in a way that
let
nobody
me
else
explain
uses
to
it.
you.
That error cost function is something that gets
listen,
used by other people.
that's what
And in
error
that
cost
abstract,
function
it didn't
is.
appear a single
Well, I
time.
was just
That paper
talking
doesn't
about
prove your point,
codons.
it proves our point.
Listen,
Wait, so can you
no.
acknowledge that you just made this phrase up yourself?
Yeah, Yeah, what is selective
He's pivoting.
optimization?
He's fucking running. Oh shit.
What's
Oh
select?
my god, Angel.
Yeah,
I don't know why you think this would go well for
define to me
you.
what's
Oh boy,
selective
this truly is
optimization.
the infinity blender. You know, this
Dr.
guy's like
Blitz is
Thanos.
embarrassed.
Reality can be
Dr.
whatever
Blitz
I
is
want it to be,
embarrassed.
but unfortunately no. Because when
Dr.
you're asked
Blitz
for
is
a source for
embarrassed
your
by you,
gibberating,
Ian.
all you're going to be left with
Ian,
is a blank
Dr.
search
Blitz is
result with
embarrassed.
nothing to show for it. So when you cite as a
Ian,
study, it's just gonna disprove you like just happened, and you're gonna
what
freak
is
the fuck out
selective?
like you're doing right now. That's
Ian,
brutal, and he's
I'm
trying to
not
pivot
freaking
away, and I'm
out.
not gonna let him pivot away. I'm gonna keep on hammering
You are
down. Do you
freaking out.
acknowledge that you were wrong when you claimed that this phrase gets used?
Wrong
It
about
actually
what?
doesn't get used. You're the only one. You were going to cite us a
It's
source
selective.
that shows
What
that
is selective
people talk about
optimization?
error cost function, and you failed to do
What
so.
is
Do you
what
acknowledge
is
that you
selective?
failed to do so? Before you pivot, can you
What
acknowledge
is
that you
select?
failed to provide a source that
No.
proves your
What is
point?
selective
Sorry, wait, before
optimization?
you pivot, would you mind acknowledging that you failed to provide a source to prove your point?
I just provided it.
Your
Did
point
you
was
read
that
the
other
abstract?
people use the term error cost function.
That's what error cost is, selective optimization.
Sorry, does that study say error cost function? Because you were really condescending about Dr. Blitz and I not knowing what an error
Listen,
cost function is. And then it
the
turns out that
standard,
it's not a real
let me,
thing. You just made it up. You
let,
hallucinated it.
let me read the abstract again. The standard genetic code table
It's not going to
has
say
a
error
strict.
cost function. Everyone look.
That's what selective optimization is. You calculate the error cost because of selective optimization.
So does
That
anybody
tells
call it an error cost
you know
function,
what?
or is that just
Yes,
you? So who calls it an error cost function?
that's what he's talking about. Selective
Does
optimization.
anybody call it an error
That's
cost
what error
function?
cost is.
Angel, does anybody use the phrase error cost function, or
Did
is
you
it
type?
just
That's
you?
what. Did you what did you type in?
He's
Angel.
short circuiting again. Holy
Angel,
shit.
how about we'll be charitable here, and we can ask you to just explain what you mean by error cost function, so that we can then talk about it. Is that fair?
Exactly. What? Yeah, but that's. Do you understand what
Yeah.
selective
So
optimization is? Yes, you do.
Angel, we're gonna give you like 2 minutes. Go ahead and explain, okay?
Okay. Here's an example.
Oh no! My finger slipped.
Old reliable. Gosh, my face when Dr. Blitz says he's gonna give me 2 minutes uninterrupted.
Every single time, it's so funny. All right, we have some super chats to read, and then we'll bring up our next guest. All right, from Jamie Todd with the $5. Quote, "The fool hath said in his heart there is no God," is like saying, if you're reading this, you're dumb. Self-fulfilling claim. That's good. From Anthony Bordolazzo with the $5. Blitz, there's also a chlorophyll-lacking liverwort. It lives underground and is parasitic on ectomycorrhizal fungi, which is symbiotic with trees, so it still requires plants. Also, importantly, in the Bible, it doesn't just say plants, it says the fruit-bearing plants. From Dr. Fudge with the $2, isn't error cost an economics concept? So I don't know anything about economics. There's a whole list of things that are used to describe any sort of like cost function in optimization problems. And so I imagine that that's probably what he meant, but who knows? From El Travieso with the $5, Ian, do you have merch? Would slay for quote, calm down their mouth breather coffee mug.
I should make some. I don't know. I've had merch requested of me. I feel like that would be a good way to economize. Gosh, if I did this full time, I would dedicate time every day to, I don't know. Justin's really good at this. He's really good at like, this sounds like disparaging. It's definitely not meant to be, but he's like very good at like making money. Like he just has like lots of different like streams related to, like streams of income related to this. And I don't know, like I should probably start like doing the same.
I mean, so I've had this thought for a long time, and I actually saw a place that can do it. So if you take this background behind me, you can actually just fully wrap a t-shirt with it. So it's just like a green t-shirt with this on it behind it. And that, like, I've seen renders of like what a t-shirt would look like that. And honestly, it looks really cool, and I'd probably buy one, but I think that they'd be really expensive because they'd be full prints rather than just like a front print. And so I don't know if anybody would buy that.
Yeah.
I think it'd be like $40, which is like really pricey. So I don't know. Merch is something that I've been thinking about, but honestly, I have a lot on my plate right now, so I'm not too worried about it. From Christopher Sanford with the £5. Genetic reproduction isn't optimized for error reduction. Many types of transcription errors occur frequently. That's how we get genetic variation. Yeah, there you go.
True.
And from Gentleman Viking with the $2, ChatGPT possessed him like fucking Agent Smith. If Justin were here, he wouldn't get it, right?
I don't get it.
It's a The Matrix reference.
It's before my time.
Everything's before 9/11 was before your time.
Technically, I was born, but yeah, I don't remember where I was on 9/11.
At least you weren't 10 between 9/11. All right, I'm gonna bring up Commander After. Commander After, how's it going?
It's going well. Thank you for having me up.
Oh,
I'll
yeah,
tell you
we've
real
spoken
quick,
before.
because-
Yeah. Go ahead.
Yes, we have. Yeah, I appreciate you. So, just a shout out to Ian. I am reading Knowledge, Reality, and Value, the most common sense guide to philosophy.
Let's go.
Enjoying
That's
that book
great.
very
That's
much.
excellent.
Thank you.
Are you in the book club?
So I am, but I haven't been able to join the Saturday read alouds. I've been very busy, unfortunately.
Yeah. But that's great. I'm
However,
so glad
I
to
am
hear
enjoying
that.
it. Yeah, it's definitely helping me open up to my biases a little more when it comes to my understanding of God. But I haven't gotten to those chapters yet, so I'm not jumping ahead.
Yeah, for sure. That's
So I
really great to
understand
hear. I'm
that-
really glad.
Yeah. And then second to you, Dr. Blitz. What was the name of the article about the particles and their decaying? I know you and I talked about it briefly, but I have.
Oh boy, I don't
I have
remember.
my pen and paper. Oh dear.
Oh, I don't remember. I'm sorry. I could
No,
I would
it's
go
okay.
I would go check the DMs, but if I do, then it'll disconnect me from the live stream.
Right, and we don't want to do that.
Yeah.
So basically, yeah, it was about how a certain particle, if it decays in crystals.
Oh, the uranium lead
tells
thing.
you
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
uranium lead.
Yeah. I don't think I had an article in mind, but what there's a good Wikipedia page on it. On just uranium lead dating. It has it's a pretty in-depth Wikipedia page, and you know, the great thing about Wikipedia is that A, it provides sources, and B, for the things that you don't understand, usually there's a link that you can click and it'll take you to the Wikipedia page for that. So yeah, if you want to understand uranium lead dating, it's not a bad place to start. And honestly, if you typed in explain uranium lead dating to into ChatGPT, it would probably give you a pretty good explainer.
Yeah, and I probably maybe get some articles from it too. I notice it can be somewhat reliable to search the web for articles.
That's true, so long as you, it really just depends on which version you have. If you have the paid version, then it will reliably get you sources. If you don't, sometimes it'll make that stuff up. But this is a sufficiently well-known topic that it's almost certainly not going to hallucinate this stuff.
All right, that's good. That's good. To get onto the subject about God, I remember you guys touching on the idea that if a person doesn't have a sound mind, their reality may not be sound. So therefore, the understanding that if someone says they hear God, it's possible they don't have a sound mind, and so therefore their reality is skewed.
I don't know. I don't remember speaking about this, but that seems plausible. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for me, my relationship with God and the idea of God comes from that experience. And even though I've already been psychologically and physically tested for any such abnormalities, I guess you could say, none have been proven. So for me, it's an actual existence in my reality. But for me to try to prove to others that this existence exists in the overall reality, or the cognitive, I don't know what you call it, unification, I guess, the group consensus, I don't know what the word is. It's not possible for me to be able to do that. Even though I have met people with similar experiences, they've also often told me that once the tumor was removed, they could no longer hear another voice So it's kind of like, well, I don't have a tumor. I've been psychologically tested. I don't have any schizophrenia or anything. So
Well, look,
that's
so
basically yeah.
So what is true is that like humans have a part of the brain, and Ian, I think you know
Mhm.
you actually know about this explicitly, right? I don't remember what it's called, but there's a part of the brain that is
it's
just
the right temporal lobe.
It's just active. It's the
Mhm.
part of the brain that becomes active when people have like divine like hallucinations, but it's also auditory hallucinations, right?
Yeah.
And it's also
Mhm.
active when people believe that they hear God speaking. And like it's possible that
Okay.
like you have like a normal but otherwise slightly overactive right temporal lobe. And like that doesn't mean that you're crazy. It just means that because like you know, we all hear like sounds in the night, right? Like that's a normal human experience.
That's true.
Yours just
Yeah,
might
we
be a
all,
little
we all
bit
hear that
more
voice
coherent.
that says, you know, I'm in your walls, I'm under your skin.
Yeah,
It's
we
just
definitely all hear that voice that says, "You're not good enough. You're imperfect. You're horrible. You deserve to die."
Hey.
No,
We
no,
all
I
hear
didn't know
that.
my mom
we're
was under
kidding,
my
we're
bed.
kidding.
Oh no.
No. But yeah, it's
Sure.
also possible that maybe further study needs to go into whether or not my right temporal lobe is actually more active than the average temporal lobe,
I don't
which
think
is
that.
very.
Oh, I don't
So-
think that you need like.
Ah,
I don't think I don't
sorry.
think that you need a study to see if you're like your right temporal lobe is more active. Like they're not. Nobody's gonna run that study on you. Like you don't have a tumor. You're fine. It just chalk it up like
Right.
that is a part of human experience. Like hearing something that happens occasionally for people, like everybody. So like it's
Right.
not. I don't know. I wouldn't like as long as it's not something that's reoccurring over and over again. Then like you're probably fine.
Well, for me, it's not like it reoccurs over and over again, and it's certainly not telling me things like, "Oh, you should hate this group of people," or "Hey, you should vote for Trump." It's not saying anything like that. No
Sure.
self-harm. So,
Yeah.
but I have noticed that if I do pay attention to a certain degree, I do find that outcomes do come into my favor. So it might be a kind of like a. There is a scientific term for it, but unfortunately, I don't know what it's called. I know what it's described as. It's basically it's the concept of how particles, when given an opportunity to be seen, they align, but when they're unseen, they could be whatever. Kind of like Schrodinger's
That's-
cat theory, but it's different.
That's a quantum thing, and it's almost certainly not involved in
Yeah.
human perception.
Okay.
I mean, like, you know, there's like a tiny, tiny little bit of wiggle room. And like there are some
Mhm.
people who are working on this, but like if you ask most physicists, they'll say, yeah, this is probably not related.
Right. But they, I guess people like to. Oh, sorry.
No, you're fine. So Commander, it seems like the better place for you to talk to Ian about the book club and your experiences is probably the Discord.
Oh yeah, definitely. I'm trying
So-
to keep with the subject. I'm sorry.
No, you're
you're
fine.
good.
You're fine. But you know, we don't want to roast you, is what I'm getting
Yeah.
at.
Aw.
So
Yeah, I don't want to like tear down your experiences.
So what I'm saying is this. So this is probably not
Sorry.
the this is probably not the platform. This is probably not the venue for this conversation, if that makes sense.
I hear you.
So we are gonna let you go. But feel free to like
Sounds
you can join
good.
my Discord too, and feel free like we're happy to talk in either place.
Right. I'm sorry I'm too nice not to be roast.
It's okay. We just like you.
Yeah.
All right. Take
I
care.
get it. All right, you too. Thanks.
She is really sweet.
Definitely.
All right, we have one super chat, something like this, and then we'll bring on our next guest. From Gentleman Viking with the $5, Ian saying, quote, "It's before my time, made me instantly crumble into dust like I chose the wrong goblet." Ian, do you know what that is a reference to?
Indiana Jones.
Okay, good.
That was, and to be clear, I was watching Indiana Jones when I was in like the kindergarten.
That's fair, yeah. From Tristan Engineering with $5, "Air cost Claire is lost nair clot hair is not bear's hot spare pot." Also, Blitz, can I have a strand of your hair? No, that's creepy and weird.
Wait, let me. Eric Oh, fuck. Okay.
What?
Fuck
Oh, okay, hold on.
myself.
I got it for you. I got it for
Yeah,
you.
wait. Eric Claire's lost nair clot hair is not bear's hot spare pot. Also, okay, sure. I love.
You
I
just
love
gotta
tongue
keep your skills
twisters. Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
Let's
yeah.
talk to Scott. Scott. Scott, how's it
Hello,
going?
Dr. Blitz and Ian. It is me, Donald J. Trump. I think what you guys are doing is very good, very good. Telling these atheist liberals, I think that you guys are very, very good. Although I disagree with you, I think you guys should keep on going, keep doing this. I really like it. In fact, I am an atheist. I'm an atheist, and I believe that God is not real, and I think you guys should keep going. I agree with you guys destroying these.
We can only let it go on for so long, right?
Yeah. You know, I can tell that Trump is a Christian or is an atheist because have you seen the interview where they ask him like what's his favorite book of the Bible?
Yep. Oh, I like them all.
Yeah, they're all good. Couldn't possibly choose a favorite. He couldn't even
Jeffrey.
cough up like
Good
John
day, how are you?
3:16 or something.
Jeffrey, how's it going?
Yes, good day. How I'm good, and you?
Doing A-okay.
Can you hear me?
Jeffrey? Yes, we can hear you. Jeffrey, do you believe in God?
Oh yes, I'm very much a Christian.
Okay.
Before we start, I just want to add some questions which were asked earlier on. The first one was on the chlorophyll.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there are plants without chlorophyll. They are photosynthetic pigments, which are not chlorophyll, like your carotenoids.
Yeah, so importantly, I did say plants are things with chlorophyll or things that descend from things with chlorophyll.
Oh, yes.
So, like, for example, ghost pipes are the descendants of things with chlorophyll. They just lost it over time. But look, we didn't come. I imagine that you didn't come up here to talk about chlorophyll, right? So, why do you believe in God?
It's just some additions on some past guests, which things were said, which I just wanted to like put some light onto, and then we can talk. Is that okay?
Sure. Well, yeah, sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Works for me.
And then error cost in the biological world, there is no such thing as error cost. I've never come across it in my years in biology, so there's no such thing in genomics or anything like that in called error cost or using the same terminology as error cost. However, DNA can correct itself when there are errors, and that's a whole different topic on its own. So and then there was another guest whom you had.
So look, you don't have to correct.
Sorry. Yeah.
You don't have to correct every single guest. Just let's just start fresh. Why do you believe in God?
Yeah.
Okay. I believe in God because of some of the prophecies which are in the Bible, which actually came true. For example, the fall of the Ottoman Empire, which is prophesied in Revelation.
Where in Revelation?
Chapter 9. Revelation chapter 9, the whole prophecy, using the Protestant method of deciphering prophetic code. It actually points us to the fall of the Ottoman Empire.
Which part are we talking about here? And also, what's the Protestant method?
Okay, so the Protestant method, let's pick an easier one, which is quite simple. Daniel chapter 7? The way Daniel basically prophesies the kingdoms which are yet to come before they come.
Yeah, so wasn't Daniel written after these kingdoms existed?
Daniel wrote when it was between Babylon and Medo-Persia, and he wrote about...
I'm just looking on Wikipedia. It says the book of Daniel was written in the 2nd century BC. Which was like long after these kingdoms existed.
But Daniel himself wrote those things during as they were happening.
No, they happened. Daniel wrote them afterwards. Daniel was written like hundreds of years afterwards.
But Daniel was dead after 400 BC.
So the book of Daniel was written in the 2nd century BC. If there was a historical Daniel, then the book of Daniel was written in the historical Daniel's name.
And then the prophecies which are in Daniel chapter 7, where he's talking about the events which are yet to follow, and actually pointing also to the birth of Christ. This is Daniel chapter 8 and Daniel chapter 9. He points out to the birth of Christ. He points out using the there was this Baptist guy in the 1840s, I forget his name, who actually points out how Daniel in chapter 8, 9, and 10, he actually points to the birth of Christ. I mean, the baptism of Christ, his death, and the stoning of Stephen. These are events which happened.
Does it say that? Does it say
like,
Stephen in Daniel in the book of Daniel?
No, it's using prophetic code language.
Oh, it's a code.
How do we know what the correct interpretation of the code is?
So
is there like a little decoder ring?
Yes. So
you got to buy another box of cereal for the decoder ring.
So there's this guy William Miller in the between 1798 and 1840. He actually started to study Daniel and Revelation, and then he actually noticed that Daniel actually gives the exact date when Christ was baptized. It gives the exact date when Christ was crucified. Gives the exact date when Stephen was stoned, and then using the same methodology, he then gives. This is in 1823. He then says that in 1840, the Ottoman state will have a serious political crisis, and likewise in 1840, the Ottoman state did have a political crisis, as prophesied in Revelation chapter 12.
Yeah, and then they continued to exist for another 75 years.
Yes, but it did have a political crisis.
Countries and empires have political crises all the time.
Yes, but if something is prophesied 2,000 years before it happens, that tends to point us to the existence of a God who can see the future.
So, wait a minute. I thought this was about Daniel, but now you're bringing up some other guy from the 1820s?
Okay, so the guy from the 1820s says that the method we use in in interpreting Daniel, if it is true, and we apply it to Revelation chapter 9, it's supposed to give us a date in 1840.
Yeah, so what's the method? Walk me through it. I can pull up Revelation chapter whatever it was. Revelation chapter 9. Walk me through it. How do we go from Revelation chapter 9 to the Ottoman Empire will experience political crisis in 1840?
Okay, yeah. So do you have time that we go through the whole chapter, or I just go and pick the exact verse?
Well, I mean, it'd be helpful if you just it'd be helpful if we did this quickly. We don't have all day, but like which verse or which part of this text helps you know that it's about the Ottoman Empire?
Yeah. Okay. So in reading throughout chapter 9, there is this beast. There is this beast which we see, and according to Daniel chapter 7, a beast is a nation. So coming back to Revelation chapter 9, there is this nation which we see, and this nation is described.
Wait a minute. A beast is a nation, but not all beasts in the Bible are nations. Yes, was the Leviathan a nation?
Not all beasts in the Bible. However, in terms of prophetic chapters and in prophetic settings, when a beast is mentioned and you are interpreting it from a prophetic standpoint, it is a nation.
So the number of the beast is really the number of the nation?
Yes, it's the number of a nation or the code of a country.
It's a country code. Got it. So it's like 666 is like the area code. You dial plus 666 and then you dial the rest of the phone number. It's the country code.
Not like that. Not like that.
Okay.
Like it's for example, you yourself, you've got a national ID, so the government can see you not by your name but by your ID number. So it's almost something like that.
I still don't understand, but that's
So
okay. And like the beast with 7 heads or whatever, that's actually like a nation with 7 heads.
yes, yes, the heads actually the features on the beast are actually representing either a military strength, a physical structure on the land, or
Okay.
something like that. Yes. So so that's part of the Protestant method of interpreting biblical scripture.
And you would say that that's always
So
true?
if it is with respect to prophetic interpretation in the Bible, it's always true.
Okay, so like in Revelation 13, the beast of the sea refers to a nation? Revelation 13,
So
1 through 10.
Okay, so Revelation 18, the beast from the sea. The sea, why the sea? If you read
Well, it says,
Revelation 17,
and I stood upon the sand of the sea, and saw a beast rise up out of the sea, having 7 heads and 10 horns, upon his horn 10 crowns, and upon his heads the names of blasphemy. And the beast which I saw was like unto a leopard, and his feet blah blah blah. You know, it's just describing the beast. So is that a country?
yes, it is a country.
Which country is
so
it?
now, the Vatican, to be exact. So why the
Oh,
sea?
I'm pretty sure that this is typically identified with the Antichrist, by the way.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes, very much. So
And the Antichrist
so
isn't a country. The Antichrist is a person.
the beast from the sea represents a multitude of people. It's stated in Revelation 17, 18, and 19. So when it's brought about in Revelation 18, we are seeing that it's a beast, which Daniel 7 tells us a beast is a nation. So it's a nation.
Well, right,
from the
but not
sea.
but in Revelation 13, it's not a nation.
No, it's a nation. Because
No, but no, it's the Antichrist.
nowhere else in the Bible are we told that a beast represents an individual. We're told in Daniel that a beast represents a kingdom. So
Okay, so
we're
then the
looking at
Antichrist isn't a person?
No, it's not a person, it's a kingdom.
Oh, okay. Well, then I guess you just disagree with standard Protestant interpretation of the Bible then.
To some degree, yes.
But I thought that you
So-
used the I thought that you used the Protestant method of interpretation.
Yes, I use the Protestant method of interpretation.
Because I'm pretty sure
Now
that in 2 Thessalonians, the Antichrist is referred to as a man of lawlessness. That's like as a single person.
Yes, in Thessalonians it's referred to as a single person.
Yeah, and that's
in
the
Revelation-
Antichrist, and the Antichrist is the beast. So the beast is a single person, not a nation.
The Antichrist might not necessarily be the beast, as that is created by people who assume. It's not. There is nowhere in the Bible where it tells us that the beast is the Antichrist.
Okay, so you don't think that the beast in Revelation 13 is the Antichrist. Got it. Okay, continue.
Okay, so taking us back to Revelation 9. So when we read Revelation chapter 9, when it starts to describe some of the features of the beast, those are actually the features of the cannon which the Ottoman Empire used when they were attacking Constantinople.
Oh, yes. Okay. So which parts? So which verse?
Let me go back to chapter 9.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking at verse 7 now. And the shapes of the locusts were like unto horses prepared for battle, and their heads were as it were crowns like gold, and their faces were like faces of men, and they had hairs on the hair of women, and their teeth were as the
And this
teeth
is
of
supposed to be
lions.
describing a cannon?
This is actually describing the cannon which the Ottomans used when they were attacking Constantinople.
So I just got to check here. So is the cannon the locust?
No.
So then what's the locust?
I'm not entirely sure.
But it says the shapes of the locusts were like unto horses prepared unto battle. So like he's talking about locusts here.
So it has to be, I believe, I'm not sure, but I believe it's one of the military weaponry which they were using.
Okay, so this isn't about the cannons.
But the cannons now, if we look at
So
the
which
cannons
is the verse about the cannons?
it's all part there. If you're reading
Well, it's
from
not verse 7 because it's not verse 7 and verse 8 because those are about the locusts. In fact, verse 7, 8, 9, 10, yeah, verse 7 through 10 are all about the locusts.
Okay, let me just bring up Ottoman. Do you have Google
I don't know
there?
why the locusts had hair as the hair of women. Those are some like well endowed locusts, I guess, as far as hair is concerned.
Bro, I bet they had like the fucking Dr. Blitz hair.
Probably. I mean, these are some like fancy ass locusts.
Yeah. Can you
And
imagine they have like the
crowns.
Fabio? They have like the
Right?
Fabio curls, like whirling in the distance.
And like, I'm confused. Like, okay, we have locusts, right? There's all these locusts, but they were shaped like horses, and they had golden crowns, and their faces were shaped like men, and they had hair as the hair of women, and their teeth were as the teeth of lions. How are these locusts? What features of locusts persist?
Yeah, so this actually brings us. It's like the beast which is being represented to us.
Well, look. So, which part of this was about the cannons?
I'm trying to look at my notes here. Revelation 9. Okay. I'm not seeing it. I'll need more time about that. But however, if we look at the time period of 391 years and 15 days, actually brings us to August 11 of 1840, which is actually written in the book.
Where is 391 years and however many days written in the book?
Okay.
Well, that's a big problem because the Ottoman Empire doesn't fall then. The Ottoman Empire falls in 1922.
No, but there is a serious political event which takes place in the Ottoman Empire at that particular.
I thought you were saying that predicts the fall of it.
Okay. Also, I want to know what the serious Ottoman political crisis is.
They accepted protection from Europe.
That's a crisis? That seems like a good deal. Seems like a good thing.
It depends from what angle one is looking at it.
From everybody's angle, it seems like that the Ottomans were protected.
It's debatable. Getting protection at what cost?
Also, I guess that this was when did this happen? What year?
1840.
1840, 11 August. Yes, and in the comments, people are stating Ottoman did not exist until a certain year. So actually, there is the verse. The ancients are 391 years.
Look, I just don't know how we're getting to any of this from Revelation. Can you help me out with that?
Yes, we're coming to that one. Let me just open my Bible here. So I'm reading from verse 18. And the sixth angel sounded, and I heard a voice.
Wait, sorry, which verse? 13.
18,
okay.
1-3. Yes. And the sixth angel sounded, and I heard a voice from the four horns of the golden altar which stands before God, saying, the sixth angel who had the trumpet to loose the four angels who are bound in the great river Euphrates, and the four angels were loosed who had been prepared for an hour and a day and a month and a year to slay a third part of men. So I'll stop in verse 15, right? So in verse 15, if we look using a Protestant method of interpretation of time,
Which is just making
in
it the fuck up, by the way. But go on.
it's 1 day is for a year. It's there's a verse in Ezekiel and another verse in Numbers which say, "I've appointed thee a day for a year." So whenever we see a day being mentioned in the Bible in prophetic terms, it basically means a year. So a year
Every single time, right?
In prophetic, not every single time, but in prophetic time. So we see that whenever we come across time when we're reading prophecy, and it's a year, a day is a year. So when it says a year, it's saying 360 days. A year is made of 360 days.
No, it's made of 365 days.
No, Jewish calendar.
Do not call Dr. No, I'm kidding.
Okay.
The Jewish calendar has 353, 354, or 355 days for a regular year, and 383, 384, or 385 days for a leap year. So the Jewish year also does not have 360 days.
Okay. So I might have mixed it up, but the year which is being referred to here was the one with 360 days.
But that's not how many days are in a year.
Yes, I'm not sure which calendar it is, but I believe it's
a
the
wrong
one with 360.
Why would you use the wrong calendar?
Calendar is subjective to who you are. Like right now, Ethiopia is in year 2017.
What? Well, surely the calendar is going to include 364-ish days in a year, right?
365.
Fuck.
Yeah, give or take.
Fuck.
So looking at verse 15, it gives us.
Wait a minute. So just to be clear, the Jewish year is the year that they would have been using, right? Because these were Jewish people writing.
The one which is used here is the one where a month has 30 days. A month has 30 days. And,
that's fine, but that's not anybody's year.
With 12 months,
the people who were writing this, I mean, look, John was writing this, so I guess we could go look at, John may have been using the Roman calendar, right? The Roman, sorry, one sec, Roman calendar. The Roman calendar had a 355-day lunar calendar, and a 365-day solar calendar, neither of which were 360 days. And that was established in 46 BC, so this was before John was writing. So, like, if John is writing this, and he was using the Jewish calendar, it would have been like 354-ish days. If he was using the Roman calendar, it would have been 355 days or 365 days. And so it just seems like you're just making up the amount of days in the year, because that's just not what was intended by the author.
It's based on that a month typically would be 30 days. And 12 months.
But that's not how long a year is. That's not how long John would have thought a year was.
Yes. Okay, let's agree to disagree on this one. And we let's use 360 days per year, right?
Yes, let's use a made-up calendar so that you can make your point. Go ahead.
Okay. Pushing with 30 days a month, and
which is not how long. Which is not how many days are in a month, by the way. But go ahead.
And a year has 12 months, and that gives us 360 plus 30, which takes us to 360, 390, and 390 plus a day takes us to 331.
391.
391. Sorry about that. And then says for an hour and a day and a month. And when we look into an hour, we actually say an hour is an hour. If a day is a year, right? So if a day is 12 months, so which is 24 months is 12, which is 24 months is, which 24 hours is equal to 12 months. Therefore, 1 hour is equals to half a month, which is 15. So when we actually add these times together, to say, and from verse 15, and 4 angels were loosed who had been prepared for an hour and a day and a month and a year to slay. So we take that time and we calculate and we add the times together, which would be about 391 plus 15, which would be about 404.
Wait,
404.
it's 391 years and 15 days.
Oh no, 391 years plus 15 days. Yes. And when we actually come and look into the time when the Ottoman Empire actually was started and fell, it is actually 300 from the time when the Ottoman Empire started until they got help from elsewhere in 11 August. You actually come to a point where you notice that it is exactly 391 years.
The Ottoman Empire was founded in 1299 by Osman I. So 1299 plus 391 years would be 1690, which is not 1840.
No, from the time when they defeated Constantinople.
The fall of Constantinople wasn't 1399 or 1499 if I remember correctly. The fall of Constantinople was in 1453, right? So 1453 plus 391 would be 1844, so he's off by 4 years.
Yes, so the numbers
aren't lining up.
Yes, that whole calculation right there, it brought to an understanding that this is not just a book, right?
Oh, you're right. It's a book that gets the numbers wrong. I'm glad we agree.
No, it gets the numbers right. It's that.
No, it got the year wrong. It got 1844, not 1840.
Okay, I'm actually mixing up my facts here.
I know, clearly. Also, you haven't demonstrated how Revelation 9 has anything to do with the Ottoman Empire.
It is the whole setup. The description, how if you are reading through the whole description, the scholars, the Protestant scholars, usually link it to the Ottoman Empire based on the description which we see in the earlier chapters.
I'm sure they do, because I'm sure that it makes them feel good, because I'm sure that it makes them think that this has something to do with, that this was some prophecy that came true. That doesn't mean that it actually is about that, right? And you haven't presented a compelling argument that makes it so. But look, even if it were true that the Bible got all of these prophecies right, which I don't think it got any of them right, but even if it were true, how does that mean that, like, the God that you believe in is real?
Because God is not bound by time.
Right, but like you could just have aliens that like have time machines that told these people about this.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's a good argument.
That never works. So like what? Okay, suppose all of this is true. Suppose that they predicted the fall of the Ottoman Empire. How do you get to therefore there is a being that, or there's one being except it's three beings, and it created the universe except it also is timeless, and it's all good except it encourages stuff. Like, how do you get to all of that?
It's looking at probability.
Yep. What's more probable, a type of being that we've never encountered, or a type of being that we have encountered?
I don't understand by when you're saying we've never encountered.
Yeah, so there's so what's more probable? Some sort of biological organism that has very advanced technology, or some sort of metaphysical entity that exists outside of space and time?
I'll say an entity which exists outside of space and time.
Thoughts on that, Ian?
Why? Because space and time need to have a beginning.
Why?
For it to to exist.
Why?
Because a being would have created it.
That's begging the question. You're saying that this being is more likely because space and time needs a beginning. And you're saying that space and time needs a beginning because a being created it.
Come again?
See how that's circular, what you just did?
No, maybe you understood it wrongly.
Yep, definitely my fault.
Yeah, wait, say it again.
Definitely went
could
over
you
my
please,
head.
Okay, so also the other thing which makes me say that God really does exist, it's the number of answered prayers.
Do you think that
In my
the
life.
number of unanswered prayers is evidence against God? Like every time there's a prayer that doesn't get answered?
When it comes to prayers not being answered, there are some verses in the Bible which directly tell us that if you actually pray like this, that prayer will not be answered.
But what about the ones where
So-
you like pray in the correct ways and then they're still unanswered?
So means that I would have prayed in the wrong way, because pray the correct way, and every prayer will be answered. Why? Because Jesus says, "Seek and you shall find; ask and it shall be given to you." So if you ask and it's not given, which means that you would have asked in the wrong way.
So when all of those people who are like on their deathbed are like praying for like salvation, they're doing it wrong?
Death is part of life. Okay, yeah, death is part of life.
So they are doing it wrong, is what
So-
you're telling me.
So if you're praying to be exempted from something which is part of life,
Well, no, they're just praying to be
That-
exempted from dying as like, I don't know, like a 42-year-old father of two.
Mm-hmm. Very
Yeah,
greedy of
but
them, by the way.
but eventually death will catch up to them. So
Yeah, maybe when
for
they're like
example,
70, like a normal person.
like for example, if a person is worst case scenario short, and you're praying to recover from that,
Mm-hmm.
I don't see a reason why such a prayer will be answered.
But, well, you said that prayers are always answered if they're done correctly.
Yes, if they're done correctly.
So you're telling me that they're just not praying the right way.
I'm saying that yes, exactly that.
Ah, so if they just prayed the correct way, then they would get salvation from the gunshot wound.
The gunshot, praying for healing from the gunshot, from a fatal gunshot wound, is praying the wrong way.
Oh, what does praying the wrong way mean then?
Okay. Does your prayer bring glory to God? Does your prayer
Apparently,
bring
so are you telling me that somebody dying from a gunshot wound brings joy to God?
No, it does not bring joy to God.
So then then the person being saved, presumably, would bring joy to God if somebody dying from a gunshot wound does not bring joy to God.
It's not two way. So the prayer on its own, saved. Let's just use a random name, Jeremy. Saved Jeremy from a gunshot wound, right? And does Jeremy being saved from from the gunshot wound bring glory to God? Yes or no?
Well,
If
yeah,
it
I mean, I
does-
think it would, especially if he prayed for it and then got cured or got healed. That would definitely glorify God. You would have a whole bunch of people who would be saying, thank God, I'm so thankful to you, God. Tons of people would be saying that.
Yeah,
bring
they'd
so
be
much
like,
glory.
glug.
They'd
And
bring
then at the
glory,
same
if you know what I mean.
Then at the same time, it then brings us to And then it brings us to Psalms 66, verse 18, where it says that if you are praying with it, if your heart is not in the right stance, I'm paraphrasing, if your heart is not in the right stance, God will just not listen to you.
Well, look, you can't be mad at the person who gets shot in the heart for their heart being not in the right stance.
Okay. I'm not, by stance, I used the wrong word there. Let me just open it up and then maybe Psalm 66, 66. There it is. 66, scroll down to 18. Okay. It says here, if I regard iniquity in my heart, the Lord will not hear me.
Yeah.
So if I've got iniquity in my heart,
Mm-hmm.
me praying, God will not listen to my prayer.
Yep. But what if you don't have iniquity in your heart? What if you don't have iniquity in your heart and instead you have a bullet in your heart?
But everybody has iniquity in our, we all have iniquity in our hearts.
So God doesn't answer anybody's prayers.
Now God, it's now fate, and God choosing to who He will listen to. Based
Oh, okay.
on,
So it's not about praying the right way. It's not that God answers every prayer. He just answers the prayers that he wants to answer. Seems like you're changing the story here, my guy.
If you pray
Wait,
the right way.
I'm confused how we resolve like the thing that you just said, because is it true that if you have iniquity in your heart, then God won't answer your prayer?
Yes, true. It's written.
And
That's
that
what's
everyone
written
has
in the
iniquity
Bible.
in their heart?
Yes, for all you have sinned and fallen short of the glory of God.
Then God answers no prayers. Because everybody has iniquity in their heart. And if you have iniquity in their heart, then your prayer doesn't get answered. So there are no prayers that get answered, is what it sounds like.
That's the beginning. And then because of the glory of Christ and the grace, then our prayers will get answered if we pray the right way. Do you see like the the pipeline? Yes, that's the word. The pipeline of an answered prayer.
No. It
I don't
sounds
follow.
like I have no idea how we get around. It seems like all prayers don't get answered.
Except some ones, then those ones get answered, maybe.
The start, no prayer must get answered, right? Because we have iniquity in our hearts.
Okay, so no prayers get answered because we have iniquity in our hearts. Got it.
Yeah. Now, because there is Jesus Christ who died for our sins,
Uh-huh.
because of the grace which we get, if we pray the right way, then your prayer will get answered.
So even though no prayers get answered, because of Jesus, some prayers get answered.
Exactly.
And so the way that those prayers get answered right is by praying right.
Exactly.
And so the people who are dying of a gunshot wound to the chest are just not praying right.
Yes.
Got it. Okay. Sounds like
Dr.
victim
Blitz,
blaming to me.
You surely you've heard of a skill issue, Dr. Blitz.
I have, yeah. Bro,
but
God,
I mean, also it's just a direct contradiction, right? Like
Yeah.
there does not exist a prayer that gets answered, but also there exists some prayer that gets answered.
It's like in court. There are some people who are given, like, imagine you commit a crime and you're supposed to be sentenced 15 years to jail, right? And you go there and then the judge decides to give you a pardon and just gives you pay bail, and then you're scot-free and you're free to go out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so grace comes like that. Like we don't deserve a single answered prayer, but now because of the grace of God, some of us get pardons.
So you would say like God gives us what we don't deserve?
Exactly. Okay, my network is acting up. Come again, please.
Would you agree that justice is people getting what they deserve?
Exactly. Yes, justice is people getting what they deserve.
Then God is acting unjustly because we
Please
don't deserve
elaborate.
it, and God gives it to us, but we don't deserve it.
It's like sometimes, like imagine a person, take two people who go to court. Let me use let me use Bible names. We've got one, Abraham; two, Nebuchadnezzar. These guys have been arrested for stealing in a shop. One of them goes to the court and then stands in the judge and is like, I don't care. I stole, it's done. And then the other one comes to the judge and is like, hey, I messed up and I'm sorry. Now, when the judge is supposed to give a verdict, will he give the same verdict to one who's apologetic and the other one who's not apologetic?
He'll give like two different burdens or two different verdicts. But okay, do you not understand how this just like necessarily maybe like a picture would help, but at the current moment it sounds like you're committed to saying that God does things that are unjust. So okay, how do I want to put this?
Just God does everything fairly, right? However, if we come to God and we say to God, God, this is what's up, and you explain your situation, He will give grace to those who have asked for grace.
Then he's not doing everything fairly. You can't say that he does everything fairly, and then also there are exceptions. Then it's just not everything.
If you come and ask for forgiveness, you get forgiveness. But if you don't come and ask for forgiveness, are you to be forgiven?
Well, no, you're just saying that like every single time he's fair, he's just. But then also sometimes he gives grace, which is by definition an injustice. You can't have both. You can't have both grace and perfect justice.
Justice, okay.
Justice and grace are in some sense opposites.
That's the whole point of grace.
Okay, so then he's not perfectly just.
It is perfect. It's being perfectly just.
Except when it's not. That's when he gives grace.
Yes, that's when grace comes in, but
when he's not being just, yeah.
Yes, because to God, love comes first.
We agree that God is not perfectly just.
Because love comes first. It's an incomplete sentence.
So that's fine, as long as you agree that God is not perfectly just, because love comes first.
Exactly.
Right, okay.
Thank you.
So if you go to Deuteronomy 32:4.
Let me scroll there quickly.
Yeah, so depending on which translation you like, if you have like the ESV, or do you have a preferred translation?
I've got all translations. I can open any.
Okay, so why don't we go to the ESV? So Deuteronomy 32:4. The rock referring to God, his work is perfect, for all his ways are justice.
Deuteronomy, come again, chapter?
32, verse 4.
Okay. I'd gone to chapter 34. Deuteronomy 32, verse 4. The rock, his work is perfect, for all his ways are justice. A God of faithfulness and without iniquity.
Yeah, it's the for all his ways are justice part that's really tricky, because it says, everything that he does is just. That's what for all his ways are justice means. But you just said that God is not perfectly just, because love comes first. So which is it? Are all his ways justice? Or are only some of his ways justice because love comes first?
Now, both are correct. Let me explain.
They can't both be correct. That's a contradiction.
Can I explain how?
Yeah, let him explain, Blitz.
Go ahead.
Okay. So when we look at God's justice, what does it entail? When we say that God is just, what would he have done?
Both that he's always guided by love, but that sometimes he's not guided by love. That God, in his perfect justice, he always gives out justice except for the times when he doesn't.
So there's this verse in Romans, for the wages of sin is death, right? It's not a new concept. It was a concept which was told to Adam. If you sin, you shall die. So basically, the wages of sin is death. So there will be death somewhere, somehow, right? So it comes in the sense that if a person has sinned and you confess your sins unto God, your sin is taken from you and transferred to Jesus Christ. And
but then it's not justice.
Then God comes in the justice to say that, okay, the doer of that sin has to die. And when they come to look for the sin, the one with the sin, it's not with the individual. However, it's with Jesus. Hence, Jesus then died.
Yeah, but then it's not justice because the person who deserved the thing didn't get the thing. Unless you're telling me Jesus deserved to die.
No, Jesus did not deserve to die. However, the sin.
Well, then there's no justice.
Then the sin is transferred from the doer onto Christ. And then the wages
Ian, can you make sense of that?
That's the mystery of salvation.
Oh, appeal to mystery.
I see.
Yes.
I mean, like, look, you're just saying that, like, the guy who did the sin doesn't get the punishment, and the guy who didn't do the sin does get the punishment.
Basically, that is salvation by grace. Yes.
Yeah, okay, that's just not justice. Despite all of God being justice. All of his ways are justice, except this way.
The justice on God is not on the individual. It's on the deed.
So when I commit a sin, it's not me doing it, it's Jesus doing it? Because the sin is transferred to him?
If you confess your sins to God in Jesus' name, then yes, your sin is transferred onto Jesus.
Wait a minute, so then Jesus did have the sins, Jesus did do the sins, because they're transferred to him, and therefore he deserves to die.
Damn, Jesus been masturbating a lot lately.
He did not.
You know, what they say, like, the average man masturbates something like a few times a week, and there's like, what, 4 billion men? So that's a hell of a lot.
True.
Yeah, I get it. So it's not, it's the sin itself that has been committed. So
the sin gets transferred. So what does it mean for the sin to be transferred? Do you have like a black stain on your soul, and then they take that black stain and they move it onto Jesus's soul?
There I don't know how, but however, it has to do with a confession. Like how they used to do it back in the Old Testament. You would like place your hands on top of a lamb's head and confess your sins, and basically your sin will be transferred from you onto the lamb or onto the animal which you would be holding its head, and that animal is the one which you then had to slit its throat.
But the animal didn't do anything, right? Certainly it didn't deserve to die.
Then the sin would have been transferred from the doer.
What is the thing that's being transferred? What is it?
The sin.
Yeah, but what is it? What is the sin?
It's the sin. I'm not sure how you want me to answer that one.
Like, what is the thing that's being transferred? Like, what is it? Is it like a soul mark? is it like a mark against your soul that like you hand over to, the animal or to Jesus, or is it like is it like a token, like a spiritual token? Like what's going on here?
Let's, for relatability's sake, let us go with a mark on the soul. Yeah, let's go with the
So
mark
like
on the
God
soul.
can't tell who actually did the sin. He just cares about who has the bad mark. This
Not
is like a
God per
really
se.
weird theory of justice, by the way. If your theory of justice is just that like that justice is not about the person who did the thing getting what they deserve. If your theory of justice is the person who has the mark getting what they deserve, getting some equivalent punishment, it's a very weird theory of justice.
Yeah, it's not clear how the person. Well, yeah, I mean, yeah.
Because then you can just like move these marks around and like.
We all give our marks to one child.
Yeah,
Like
his name was Josh.
Yeah, the one child left behind policy. You're up, kiddo.
Wasn't that the Hunger Games?
Something like that.
All right, well, we should probably let you go here. But thank you for being here, Jeff Reek.
Cheers.
We have some super chats to read, and the live stream is ending soonish, so figure we can read those and then call it a day.
Yeah, you probably would
Kane...
figure something that dumb, wouldn't you, Blitz?
I would, yeah.
I'm sorry.
Of course. No, it's okay.
It's so toxic.
yeah, definitely. From Kane Malice with the $2, I predict America will elect an idiot for president. Hey, not every country elects an idiot for president.
But when they do, they shatter, I don't know, man, like several hundred years of global hegemony in less than
like
a year.
70.
Yeah.
Maybe 90.
Fucking goat, dude. Nobody does it like him. You think Joe Biden could squander away our hegemony? You think
impossible? From Fear's interaction with the $10, like watching hibachi chefs play with the food while cooking it. Well, we have our fun, right?
Yeah.
From I Am the Big Cheese with the $10, caller is drawing on a specific Second Great Awakening prophecy of 1840 and the Ottoman Empire that didn't come true and led to the Great Disappointment and branching to Seventh-day Adventists and Jehovah's Witnesses. That's really funny.
Whoa, that's funny. That's hilarious. Wait, so some of them coped and were like, it did happen, and then others
and then the other ones must have been like, it didn't happen.
Really?
Or maybe they both thought that it didn't happen, but they coped with it not happening in different ways. One was like, well, the other guy was just wrong, and the other one was like, well, it's because God has forsaken us.
That's so interesting. I bet Justin would have known that.
Yeah, probably. Again, from I Am the Big Cheese, look up The Great Disappointment, a hilarious epic blunder of massive proportions. I kind of want to look it up. The Great Disappointment. And it has a great name, too.
Whoa, there's a picture of you on this Wikipedia page, Dr. Blitz.
Oh, no. That makes me so sad.
God his ass.
The Great Disappointment in the Millerite movement was the reaction that followed preacher William Miller's proclamation that Jesus would return to the earth by 1844, which he called the Second Advent. His study of the Daniel 8 prophecy during the Second Great Awakening led him to conclude that Daniel's cleansing of the sanctuary was cleansing the world from sin when Christ would come, and he and many others prepared. When Jesus did not appear by October 22nd, 1844, Miller and his followers were disappointed. It literally says they were disappointed. That's so funny. Oh, that's so funny. Okay. From Reverend Nate with the 5 Canuck bucks. That Christianity women hate, SC, was a joke about your Andrew Tate comments. Sorry, I was working and couldn't clarify earlier. I see. Okay. Yeah. That's the whole Christianity plus women hate is Islam because Andrew Tate. From the Kumakiva with the €6. If you spend your nights making fan fiction about the Bible, write it down so you can remember your Delulu when you come here to embarrass yourself. Generally a good idea. From Design Sunk with the $5, idea for a game show. The prayer is right.
we have 13 kids with cancer behind the scenes, and let's time to play. The prayer is right.
That's good. I mean, it's
Jesus
horrible, but
fuck.
it's good.
Yeah.
From Kieran Dave with the $5, the paper Angel cited does have a proposed, quote, cost error function, but it's not the same as selective optimization. He has never read that paper. Okay, fair.
That's fine.
From
as
Very
long as
Good
he's
Wizard,
getting the fuck clipped out of him.
right? From Very Good Wizard with the $5. Don't worry, got my cardio iniquity exam during the last checkup. Yeah, you got to make sure that your heart doesn't have iniquity in it. Can't have that. They got to pull it out with a stent if you do. From Matt A with the $2, Blitz with his hair down low-key mogs Ian. I love you both. Sorry, get mogged on.
Apparently, what the fuck? This is my generation's word. You can't do this.
At least I'm not mogging clavicular.
Yeah. You know, it's often said that the ASU frat house is the graveyard of empires when it comes to mogging.
True. True indeed. From I'm the Big Cheese again with the $5. When comparing answered prayer to the court system, they are making an argument that, quote, grace is unreliable bureaucracy. The flaws are features. Yes, sort of. Yeah, the whole issue with the court analogy is that nobody claims the court system is perfectly just. Except Law and Order SVU in the criminal justice system. Blah, 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 blah. Dun dun. From Opto Poppet with the $5, Dr. Blitz's green screen bleed through makes him look radioactive or toxic. Yeah, it does. I could put in the effort to fix it. I would probably need another OBS thing so I can send but I don't know, maybe it's not worth it. From I'm the Big Cheese again with the $5. Thank you so much, I'm the Big Cheese. Surprised theists don't ever say, quote, or don't ever say, God's justice is just is. God is I am. God's justice is just is. It's so dumb, but it's honestly probably real. I would imagine that people would have said that before. Okay, we do have one more guest that we will bring on after these super chats. From Reverend Nate with the 5 Canuck bucks, saying Jesus died for 12 billion stroke sessions per week, and I thought the coming before angels part was greasy AF. That's so funny. Okay,
we're gonna get through these supers. Then we have Otangelo up next after this. But
yeah, definitely. From my KB Komotor Drake meme points out logical inconsistencies in your worldview over the course of an hour. Suggests aliens wrote your holy book. Look, it's plausible, right? And from James Speech with the $5, Mega Church Pastor Gospel Bill said the locusts in Revelation were Apache helicopters. It checks out. It checks
Isn't
out.
that
It's
just
here.
plausible?
Yeah.
If we were to inference the best explanation,
they're Apache helicopters. Yeah. Maybe they're Blackhawks. From Brenda Debates with $2, can I buy a tranche of Original Sin? You know, back in the day, wasn't this the whole point of the Protestant Reformation? That you could like sell your sins, or that you could like buy your sins away?
Yeah.
That was like the whole reason for the thing, actually. Maybe this checks out.
Yeah, Martin Luther was kind of a buzzkill.
He really was. He also hated Jews so much.
True.
From Opto Poppet again with the $5, don't fix it. You just can't contain your atheism powers. Fair. All right, y'all. We are going to we're gonna bring up Otangelo here. Yeah, so